you feel great? Should you not feel great? What's going on? Just ask yourself this question. Have they peaked?
No.
Then why don't we feel great about 7-2? Why don't we feel awesome about 7-2? Why are we not over the moon talking about the Broncos getting the number 1 seed in the AFC?
Well, it's definitely on the table. I'll let every fan choose how they want to feel.
I will tell them how to feel.
I know.
We know you love
Clearly,
to do that.
you are consistently telling people how they should think and feel and spend their money or invest. But
you're gonna have a good day today.
No,
you're gonna like it.
It's no. Of course, they haven't peaked. In fact, like they're so far from peaking. The idea that if this team ever found a way to peak, they could actually win the Super Bowl. And that's what's so. I mean, like, I can't believe I'm saying that. And I know, someone like yourself has been saying that for
13-4 and Super Bowl 60's there until it's not.
Yeah. And I'm not there. I haven't been there. But it's like at a certain point in time, to the peaking question specifically, it's like not only has the team not peaked, it's peak frustration a lot of times simply watching them offensively.
That's true, very true.
And so
wish I'd have thought of that line.
It's peak frustration. I know it's a good one.
If they ever can figure out to even put, I don't know, let's start with 2 quarters.
Yeah.
Right? It's like
let's start with a couple drives together. Like, can we do that? Where it's like back-to-back touchdowns? Like, be more consistent with that and then move from there. I like the 2 quarters, but just give me 2 good drives that can, like, kind of jumpstart us because the defense is playing great, man. You give them a couple touchdowns, it's going to go a long way for them.
It's so weird to think that, as Cecil said, they're 7-2. It's November 3rd. We went over the whole. It's November 3rd. They're 7-2. They're top of the AFC West. They have the tied for the best record in the NFL. And I can't tell you what the hell I'm going to see on Thursday night.
Yeah.
How does that make any sense?
It is. I said to Phil, and again, I probably, as soon as we were walking in the door, this is 2.5 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago.
Today.
Right now. I said, dude, let's have a day. You know, I say that I always say that all the time. But I'm like, hey, like, the conversations that we are going to have are built for sports talk radio.
Yeah.
They're built for it. It's almost like the football gods custom, because and I'm not saying that Bo is Tim Tebow. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, hey, he's the right-handed Tim Tebow. I'm not
watch it now.
I'm not. Of course, I'm not saying any of that. Okay, he doesn't deserve that. But the Tebow-ish nature of the arc of these games, it's however you want to argue about the Denver Broncos, you can do it. If you want to tell me their offense stinks, a lot of times you make sense. Mm-hmm. You want to tell me that Bo Nix has the clutch gene and he's got the most important thing that a quarterback can ever figure out, already figured out, you can tell me that too. Like, it's just, I mean, and you can debate about the play calling because Sean went away from the run when you have the 3rd leading rusher in the league who's averaging 6 yards a carry, and why would you I mean, it's a
lot of drama.
It's a smorgasbord.
But you know it's fun
of
because
opinions.
We're winning. And
yeah.
so, like, that's what makes it great is, like, we get to have these conversations, and I guarantee we're going to probably argue back and forth today. But at the end of the day, we're winning football games, and that's all that matters. You talked about, hey, you looked at that schedule and said you don't know what you're going to get Thursday. What you're going to get is a damn win. I don't know how it's going to come. it may come from the defense again, but that's something that's been very consistent with the Denver Broncos is they're finding ways to win games.
I know the in-game frustration. I already advised Josh because I love to tell people what to do. Like, hey, dude, don't tweet during the game. I definitely saw your tweets about, like, why aren't you running the ball?
Yeah.
But if we all take the 25,000-foot view, the Super Bowl 50 team after 9 games was 7-2. And their offense was broken.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Brock Osweiler was in. You didn't know exactly what was going to happen. They're 7-2. The offense has some flashes, mainly in the 4th quarter. But I get pretty excited when I think about this team clicking on all cylinders.
Oh, yeah.
I just hope that they can get there. Because I think you can win a Super Bowl with, you don't need a great offense to win a Super Bowl. The history of the league says that
You've
repeatedly.
said that multiple times.
But if you have a Super Bowl defense, your offense just needs to be solid, good,
serviceable.
And right now, this setup is not sustainable. I don't think, or maybe the defense is just that elite. And it's happened 4 or 5 times in the history of NFL football where you're literally overcoming your offense.
Yeah.
Like they're bad and you overcome them. And that's what we saw in 2015. That's what we saw in Baltimore. That's what we saw in Tampa Bay. That's what we saw in the mid-'80s with the Bears.
You use the word sustainable. I use the same word and asked Cecil the question, what was more sustainable? What did you have more belief in? What we have right now, 4 fourth-quarter comebacks, or what it was with Captain Cornball Russell Wilson 2 years ago with multiple second half turnovers. And I think all of us sat here and go, you can't rely upon that. I know it's fun, and I got the tweets because I am live tweeting emotional as hell.
All of us are.
Drinking what I like drinking on the weekend. And it was, oh, well, you got to let it all play out. You can't bank on winning that way in the fourth quarter. Sean Payton told the media, oh, everybody in the halftime locker room knew we were going to win this game. Yeah, right. I don't believe that for a second. How could you have confidence? Phil, you've been in those moments.
Yeah, but
you have confidence playing the way they were playing, looking the way they were looking?
You have confidence when you continue when you could continue to win the way they're winning. So you go into this locker room like, hey, guys, we've been in this multiple times, like literally a couple weeks ago. Let's go out there and do it again. When your defense is stopping an offense from scoring touchdowns and they're only giving up 3 points, and you look up and you say, man, we haven't been good, but if you score a touchdown, you're winning this game. You just add confidence in that locker room, and they've been through it so much that I think they're starting to believe it. And they're starting to believe that at some point Bo's going to wake up. And when Bo wakes up, it's going to be the at the right, perfect time, and it has been. Now, of course, like Zach said, it's not sustainable, but that's what the defense is doing. They're believing in that. They're like, man, if we just give him one more shot, he's going to help us out. And there you go. You get one more shot, and Bo Nix does something to help you out, and this is why you win a game. It's not sustainable, but it's they're believing in it.
Well, I'll say this. To Dover's point, it was just about 2 weeks ago that Pat Surtain said into a microphone, there's no way I thought we were going to win. You know, in the New York Giants game. Mm-hmm. Now, I know this wasn't the exact, because that felt insurmountable at a certain point in the fourth quarter a few weeks ago. But, yeah, and here's the thing. It's like you're seeing this team find ways to win, and it's the old Vic Fangio line, winning is cured more than penicillin. If they were not finding ways to win, I think this would be a divided team. I think this would be 2016.
It's like a key pushing that little dude.
Russell Okung shouting him down in the locker room.
Yeah.
Shut the F up.
Offense
no one wants to hear from you because you're not doing your part.
Yeah.
But they're finding ways to win. And I'm watching videos of 10 guys dap each other up and hug each other in the end zone pregame in a way that is like, whoa, I've seen that. I saw that in 2023 with the Denver Nuggets. Yep. I saw that in 2022 with the Colorado Avalanche, that connective tissue because they're finding ways to win. And it's like the whole thing is just, it feels magical.
Well, and did you see the Mercedes Lewis comments? Mercedes Lewis was interviewed sometime yesterday, and he's like, man, I can't believe how close these guys are.
Yeah.
To your point. That's championship threads.
Awesome. Yep.
Right here with the Denver Broncos.
It comes back to just believing in each other and the dapping up and hugging each other. In 2016, when I was with Colorado, the defense we had was amazing. But the one thing I admired about them before every single game, before every single kickoff, you look behind them and the defense was hugging each other and say, hey, man, I love you. I'm doing this for you. It wasn't saying it to the offense. They're doing it to each other. I love you, man. I'm doing this for you. They would go out there and then they would just go crazy. And that used to motivate me and hype me up. Like, they truly care about each other. Why can't we? And we started to do the same thing. And all of a sudden you start to win games because of it. Because you truly care about the guy the guy that left and the right of you, that you're willing to do whatever it takes to win that game for him.
And that can go a very, very long way.
Totally.
I wanted to tell you something real quick. I thought about you this weekend when I made a purchase.
Okay.
Big Ten championship game. I'm heading out for it.
No way.
So we have like a Dover section.
Yeah.
Going to Indy to hopefully watch the Hoosiers beat up on the Buckeyes in the Big Ten championship game.
Freaking love it.
So excited.
I freaking love it.
Even the lady's going. Like, I talked her into going, and it's her birthday weekend. I'm like,
whoa.
Who doesn't want to turn 35 in Indiana watching the Colts?
How in the world did you pull that off? Don't put any money on the Hoosiers.
Man, I love it. Give my Uncle Kirk Signetti a hug for me.
Give him a hug and a kiss.
I actually had someone reach out wanting to know the exact relation of me and Kirk Signetti. I'm like, dude, there's no relation. I just adopted him before he started coaching at Indiana. All right, the king of the comeback. How did the Broncos do it again? That's next.
The Fan Flyaway is back. Presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, I know there's about 50 of you guys right now listening, thinking about popping that question. And you know you need a diamond. I'm going to save you some time and money right now by telling you this. You need to go see my jeweler, Williams Jewelers, for the perfect diamond engagement ring, the ultimate holiday gift, or just because that special someone deserves it. This holiday, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, and they're going to treat you just like family, and their service reflects that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Tree Creek North on 3rd Avenue and in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Think a fender bender can't cause serious injuries? Think again. Many significant injuries don't show symptoms immediately. I've seen it. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
I dared Archwell Health to keep track of my vitals and my grandkids' names.
I dared Archwell Health to simplify my prescriptions, so Max and I have more time to play. Good boy.
And I dared Archwell Health to be closer than my neighborhood coffee shop.
Our members dared us to do more as a primary care provider for adults age 60 and up. So we made it our mission. Visit archwellhealth.com and become a member today. Archwell Health. We dare to care.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR. AdvancedHair.com.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
Tune into Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Monday, a Victory Monday on November 3rd. What up, Phil? Woo!
Woo! What's going on, man?
Oh, doctor.
I feel like I just played. Put me in, coach.
Doctor.
Put me in.
Oh, my goodness,
I'm a
man.
front runner. Put me in.
They did it again. They did it again.
Oops. They did it again.
Unbelievable. I mean, just absolutely incredible. I don't know how this ride is going to end. But in this moment, I am actually uninterested in the final destination. I am on the roller coaster. My hands are up.
Just enjoy it.
And I am just enjoying this insane journey that we are on.
It's fun. It's fun to sit here and be able to talk about the Denver Broncos in a positive way. It's fun to watch the games knowing that, hey, they may be down for a little while, but you're like, you have to watch the whole game, man. This is the Denver Broncos we're talking about. The fourth quarter magic. We haven't got to the fourth quarter yet, and yet when you get to the fourth quarter, it's like this is why you have to watch the full game. Full 60 minutes of football is being played at a high level, and Denver's finding ways to win games, and it's fun to watch. It's dramatic, but I'm all in for it.
It's just incredible. Again, 11 unanswered fourth quarter points to win in walk-off fashion. I just, like, we're living. 4 of the Broncos' 9 games have been in walk-off fashion. Think about that. 4 of the 9. There was a walk-off in Indy, walk-off against the Chargers, walk-off against the Giants, walk-off against the Texans.
That's the NFL for you. Like, this is what the NFL is all about when it's being played the right way, when it's a tough matchup, when every team is equal in some type of way, right? You're battling back and forth, and it comes down to maybe a call from a referee or maybe a play call from the defensive offensive coordinator that can turn a game or swing the momentum. And then, of course, Zach, special teams.
Oh, my gosh.
Of course, the kicker.
Yeah.
Right? Like, those guys matter. And nobody likes to talk about it and hear about it because it's special teams. When I was my first year in the league, I was like, man, I just want to be a running back. But I know if I'm going to make this team, I have to play special teams. Because if you play special teams, you're going to be there for a very long time. But if you're good at your job, like someone like Will Lutz is, you help win games.
Yeah, the most underrated Bronco. I've been calling him that throughout the season. People wanted to cut him early in the season. The guy's the most accurate kicker in the history of the Denver Broncos and the reigning special teams player of the month in the AFC, and he kicks another game winner. By the way, that's the 12th game-winning field goal of Will Lutz's career. That's a lot. That is a lot. And
I wonder how many of those were with Sean. Because he was with Sean with New Orleans.
Yeah.
So, like, I wonder how many of those were with Sean.
Maybe all of them. I don't know. I'll go check. But, man, Broncos are 5-2 in one-score games. 5-2. And this is, again, to your point, this is the nature of the NFL. 7 of the 9 games they've played this year are one-score contests. And Broncos are 5-2. This is a big-time turnaround year over year. You remember the Broncos struggled in the one-score games a year ago. Either they blew you out or they lost close.
Yeah.
And I think they got blown out one time by the Ravens and again in the playoffs. But like in the regular season, they either blew the other team out, most wins in the NFL last year are 14 points or more, or they lost close. Now they're able to blow you out like they did against Dallas, but they're able to win these one-score games. And I've used the phrase coming of age here a lot here recently with this football team. Coming of age, you're just growing up. You think a coming of age movie like American Pie or 16 Candles or whatever. These Broncos, and I'm not trying to say that they're like the youngest team in the league because we know that they're not. They're not even top 2 youngest in their own division. But it takes like life experience and time on task, and just they're doing it.
You have to learn how to win. And we always say this, and I've said this multiple times. Losing's contagious, so is winning. When you start to find ways to win, when you start to trust the process, trust each other, you get into games, you're like, hey, we've been here before. We've been on the other side of it where we don't win and we feel bad about ourselves. We know what we need to do here, and it's all about executing, attention to detail, making that one last play. I always say players make plays, players win games. That's when you get in crunch time moments and everybody's looking at somebody to make a play, and you get in that huddle and you say, hey, baby, it's time. Cortland, it's time. J.K. Dobbins, I need you. All right, it could be them talking to Bo. Bo, it's time. Grow up. Let's get it, man. And you have something like Bo where he ends up taking off for, a 20-yard gain, gets a better field position for his field goal kicker. Those are things that you cannot just teach. you have to go out there and actually do. And when you do it enough, you start to win those games after a while.
Well, I just take my hat off to this team for staying in the fight, for not getting down on one another, for having that undying belief. And Bo, I mean, now, look, there's a lot of context to this. The first 3 quarters are maddening. They scored 7 points in 45 minutes and then scored 11 points in the last 15 minutes. I mean, it's not the healthiest way.
It keeps happening.
It keeps happening.
It seems like it's just what the Denver Broncos are doing.
I'm telling you, this story that they're writing, and they're still holding the pen. I mean, we have a bunch of time left, but the story that they're writing is a dramatic one. This is not normal. This is not normal. I mean, we're talking about, I can't believe this is true. In the 6-game win streak, which is now the longest winning streak since the Super Bowl 50 season in 2015, the Broncos are winning in the fourth quarter 80-26 in the 6 fourth quarters. That is insane. Sean Payton said yesterday the fourth quarter point differential right now is the largest in NFL history.
The only thing I can think of when it comes to the fourth quarter, the comebacks, the winning, is their backs against the wall. Like, it's survival mode. This is it. Whatever you have left in the tank, leave it out there. Be more aggressive. Take risk. And that's what they do in the fourth quarter for some odd reason, and it's working for them. But I don't understand why they can't just put a full game together. And I'm not looking for 2 touchdowns each quarter.
No.
But I'm looking for it to be offensively. Now, defensively, they're doing their thing. Now, they're going to bend sometimes, but they're not breaking.
We'll talk about them here in a second.
Offensively, it's like, let's put a drive together. Let's hit on the guys that are open. JK, when you do have the opportunity, which you do, and I know that, like, he's frustrated. I can tell you right now he's frustrated.
Totally.
But continue to do your job. Sean, let everybody else around you do their job. But I want to see more drives put together and more points on the board, more touchdowns, because they're there.
Dude, what I'm looking for, most of these big chunks of games when it's totally inept, I'm just looking for competent. Truly, I'm looking for competent. They are in huge swaths of these games, they are an incompetent offense that at the last second wakes up to a degree that you didn't think was possible. And it'd be like playing golf with someone, and through 14 holes, this person is shooting 120, and you have 4 holes left, and then they make 4 pars in a row. It shouldn't make sense. And I don't know, because I can't point to one specific thing, and it's not just about tempo or something like that. Like, that might have been true for the Giants game, but you now have this is a fourth quarter comeback against the Eagles, a fourth quarter comeback against the Jets, a fourth quarter comeback against the Giants, a fourth quarter comeback against the Texans.
You're playing free. The only thing I can think of, like I said earlier, you're just playing free. You're taking those risks. You're trying to figure out a way to spark something, because whatever you've been doing for the last 3 quarters is not working. And so now it's like, I'm going to take matters into my own hands and just kind of freelance. Run when it's open, which is like, Bo, there's times where it's open. Just run.
God, it's maddening.
Just run, man.
It almost feels like he is like purposefully bashful with his reluctance to run the ball.
You know what that looks like to me? And everybody's like, oh my God, Lamar Jackson. But there was a time, and I don't know if it was last year or the year before that.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, where Lamar stopped running the ball. Because everybody else around him would say he's not a passer. And so Lamar went out to try to show everybody and show the world he can pass the football. But he took away his superpower. And it wasn't until his mother said something and said, son, if you don't start running that damn ball and stop listening to everybody else out there that have nothing to do with what's going on with you, just be you. He went back to doing that, and they started having more success. Bo needs to do the exact same thing.
Agreed.
Has the athletic ability. The God-given gift that God has given him is those legs. And yet you don't want to run? You listen to us all day and say, I'm going to prove you guys wrong?
No, but see, here the thing is, you and I have been asking for more running. Like, Bo, you are a fantastic athlete. You are closer to the top 10 most athletic quarterback than you are the bottom 10 least athletic quarterback. So I don't know who's out there. Like, I don't really hear anyone say. I don't know, but he's not a great
time rhythm processing.
But he's not a great pocket passer right now with the football. So, like, the way, especially you're early in your career, we talked about this with him last year.
Yeah,
like, that's a survival technique to keep drives alive, trying to suppress. I did this little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine segment 4 weeks ago.
Bo was not listening
He
to
was
us.
not. I'm like, you have a light. Don't suppress it. So, yeah, but and we'll talk about Bo in dedicated fashion at the top of the hour because that's going to be an interesting conversation that you're not going to want to miss.
Let's Bo.
We can do that. Let's Bo. Let's Bo. Let's Bo. Let's Bo. Let's Bo. All right. Amidst the comeback and the fourth quarter heroics, let's not forget what's making all of this possible. That's next.
It was a back-and-forth defensive battle, but the Broncos took care of business in Houston and won their 6th straight game. It hasn't always been pretty, but has Sean Payton found a winning formula in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
All right, fellas. I'm here to tell you about my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic because they're experts at treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. They've successfully treated tens of thousands of men that are dealing with low T, and a lot of these men have seen amazing differences that these treatments can make in their life. And if you're like many men out there dealing with low T, within just a few weeks, you'll feel your energy return, the brain fog will go away, your sleep will improve as with those workouts, and that sex drive, gentlemen, that everybody deserves to have will significantly enhance as well. All I need you to do is take the low T quiz on their website. It's a simple 10-question quiz full of yes or no answers. It takes 2 minutes to do, gentlemen. Then what you're going to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They're going to draw your blood and have the results within 30 minutes. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you, so there are no excuses. I don't want to hear it's too far or I don't know where to go. You could go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This has been a test of the emergency alert system.
Looking to upgrade your kitchen, laundry room, or outdoor cooking area? Look no further than Mountain High Appliance. Family owned and operated for the past 31 years. I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. We have hundreds of appliances hooked up live for a true try-before-you-buy experience, plus professional delivery and installation. Our price match guarantee ensures you receive the best deal, and special financing options make your purchase affordable. When it's time for new appliances, think Mountain High Appliance.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
Bonnie from O'Meara Ford has convinced me they really want to earn your business. So, talk to me, Bonnie.
Well, O'Meara has over 1,000 vehicles to choose from. Plus, we have the largest service center in the region with 84 service bays. And we've sold 1 million vehicles since 1913. Our friendly staff will treat you right. And when it comes to repairs, our knowledgeable technicians do it right the first time.
There it is. O'Meara saves you time and money, whether you buy new or used. O'MearaFord.com.
At 303 Law 4040, we know getting into an accident stinks, and so does getting worked over by the insurance company or even your slick-talking made-for-TV lawyer. So if we can help, just give us a call. 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
If you have a tax problem, please don't put your destiny with the IRS in the hands of a salesperson. This is Todd Whalen, founder of Advanced Tax Solutions. Many companies use commissioned salespeople that may not have your best interest at heart. At Advanced Tax Solutions, you will only meet licensed professionals who are also certified in tax resolution. You will never meet an unlicensed salesperson to determine your fate. You can trust Advanced Tax Solutions for good advice, and the meeting is free. AdvancedTaxSolutions.com.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto-pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
International Hot Rod Association and Durana Hybrid, where the roar of the engine meets the torque of the wrench. Building champions on the track and in the trades. Get your tickets at ihra.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD2, CSU basketball faces Incarnate Word with pregame starting at 6:30. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces Seattle with pregame starting at 7:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's the drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Amidst the comeback and fourth quarter heroics, let's not forget what's making this all possible. This Denver Broncos defense is the best defense in professional football. If that phrase was on the line yesterday in Houston, now there's context too, because we're here, multiple segments into the show, we didn't even mention that C.J. Stroud got knocked out of this game.
Yeah, but that's because of that defense that we got. That relentless, fierce defense going at C.J. Stroud attacking.
It is. No, it is. And honestly, that's old school football. We're going to put hurting on your quarterback so bad, legally, we're knocking him out of the game.
It was legally. Like, there was nothing ill will about that hit where it's like, I'm trying to take somebody out.
No.
And a lot of times what people don't understand is that ground is hard. Even the grass. And when it gets colder, the grass is going to be even harder. So when you hit your head, a lot of times it's not necessarily the hit from the helmet. It's you landing on the ground head first, banging your head, and then that's when you have that concussion. And that's what happened to C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, and it's twofold. Chris Abrams' drain hits him with so much force, and then that force is going into the ground, and the ground's not going to give.
Nope.
So you're just bouncing up like a basketball. I mean, that was – but again, there's something to that like this defense has the ability to strike fear. We can literally knock your quarterback out of the game. You think Sean gave him an extra $5,000 in his locker?
Oh, yeah,
Chris Abrams drained. He's like,
hey, man. I know you're not making a lot right now, but we really appreciate that.
Oh my gosh! But no, that was obviously a really, really impactful and significant sequence in the game, knocking out the starting quarterback. But this Broncos defense didn't allow a single touchdown.
Well, let's start before we go there, Zach. Let's start with the mastermind of all this, VJ. We have to give our flowers and our hats off to VJ for what he did, because his best player and the best player for the Denver Broncos was not available.
It's true.
And yet VJ was able to kind of adjust.
But I'll say,
what now? What we got?
No. I'm not taking away like the context of like. I'll say it like this.
Yeah.
I would rather play the Texans against Davis Mills without PS2 than play against the Texans and C.J. Stroud with PS2. You agree with that?
Say that again.
Like the drop.
I have CTE, so say that again.
I would rather play the Texans with Davis Mills.
For sure.
And no Pat Surtain than play the Texans with C.J. Stroud and have Pat Surtain available.
I can't go that far, because if you have PS2, C.J. Stroud, he's just now starting to come into his all again. You have PS2 out there, you're one-siding that field. You're forcing C.J. Stroud to go somewhere else. He's on Nico Collins all day.
See, I just disagree. The value of the quarterback is so great. Check this out. In C.J. Stroud's time where he was out there, which seemed like 5 minutes, they had 98 yards of offense in 2 drives. With Davis Mills, they had 68 yards total the whole second half.
In the backup, it matters. Like, that's why they're backup quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So but also,
I'm not apologizing. I'm not apologizing. I'm just saying there's context.
What does that look like if PS2 is there? They're going to be more aggressive. They weren't as aggressive because they had to take care of Chris Abrams-Drain, Jahdae Barron, and then Riley Moss for a little while before they're like, hey, you guys are old enough to be on your own. You guys go out there and make your money.
Well,
give VJ some credit, baby.
Oh, VJ deserves a ton of credit, not just for this game, but the season that he's putting together. Vance Joseph, between last year and this year, is putting together a head coaching resume. And he's got the experience to say, I've been there, and I've done that, and I've learned a lot. If this thing keeps continuing to trend this way, I mean, and I know it's not just about sacks, but the Broncos have 40 sacks, Phil. The next in the NFL, it starts with a 2. Not a 3, certainly not a 4, but the Broncos have 40 sacks right now, and the second most sacking team out there, I believe, is the Detroit Lions. They have 28.
Yeah, see.
I mean, what VJ's doing right now is
he should like it should be solidified for him. He should be able to have a head coaching job for what he's doing there with this defense.
That just comes down to other people's opinions and how they view people. And you say you like what you like. You know, VJ's got to be liked by an organization.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, this defense is the best in the NFL right now. I mean, to not allow it to see. Here's what I think is psychotic. The Broncos defense didn't allow a single touchdown, but it's the 4th time this season a team hasn't scored a touchdown. So, like, you've only played 9 games. So around half of your games, the other team in 2025, where the rules are set up for the offense to have success, in about half the games they haven't scored a touchdown.
It's all because of the red zone, though.
That is, no, you're right, but
that
it's psychotic.
Red zone defense. It is. It's crazy to even think. But once teams get to the red zone, the Denver defense stiffens up. It's like, hey, we know what we need to do. We have the dogs to do it when it comes to the interior, the defensive linemen. But you have the cornerbacks. You have the length and the speed on the outsides. But also you have the bulkiness and these bigger linebackers now that you have Dre Greenlaw back.
Dude, how about his run fits on the goal line?
Come on.
Dre Greenlaw's run fits on the goal line literally single-handedly took points off the board for Houston.
Him, DJ Jones, Zach Allen, all those bodies that are just like, it's a mentality thing once you get to that 1 yard line. Who's stronger? Who's tougher? Who's ready to do the dirty work? And the Denver Broncos do it all the time. I mean, you had 2 goal line stops, one at the 1 yard line and another at the 2 yard line.
That is an 8-point swing. That's an 8-point swing because they're settling for 3 instead of tacking on 7. So that's a difference of 4 points. You do it twice, that's 8 points. That's a touchdown and a 2-point conversion difference in the game because of their red zone
They
D.
score one of those touchdowns. If the Houston Texans score one of those touchdowns on the goal line, Denver doesn't win that game.
I agree.
That's insane to even think. Denver doesn't win the game if you don't have your defense stop the offense from getting 1 yard or 2 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah.
That's how stingy and how just vicious this defense is, and it's going to continue to be as long as they can stay healthy. And they did that still without one of their better players, where they knew that they were going to have to take less pressure off of the cornerbacks by not bringing as much pressure from the interior or the linebackers, which still end up working out for them because you have these really good pass rushers. The front 4, the 4 rushers, do their job.
Dude, the longest run that the Texans had, I could count on my fingers and lose 2 fingers in a shop accident and still be able to count on my 2 hands the longest Houston rush. It was 8 yards, dude.
You need all your fingers, man.
8.
Just to let you know.
8. That was the longest rush. They held the Texans to 77 yards. How about this? After Houston scored for the final time when they scored their 15th point, the Broncos forced 6 straight punts. And within those 6 straight punts, 4 of them were 3 and out. Just one of those 6 drives had a first down. All right. Now, again, there's context. Davis Mills is a backup for a reason. That was not a fair fight. And the longer the game went, the Broncos defense was just settling in more and more and more. If they played a 5th quarter, the Broncos would have won by more, and the Houston would not have it. Like, they were just so limited and really, honestly, getting dominated up front. And it starts up front in football. And the Broncos have one of the best fronts in professional football right now.
I mean, we talk about Zach Allen a lot, Zach, and we should. That man went crazy.
He did. Might have been his best game.
Yes. But nobody is ever talking about what John Franklin Myers is doing.
I thought it was his best game.
Thank you. But nobody else will say it. But when you're really watching film or you're watching the game And you're seeing even the broadcasters are giving John Franklin Myers his roses because of what he is doing. He's helping Zach Allen out at times.
Correct.
By taking on 2 double teams so
Yep.
Zach Allen can get free. And then Zach Allen's helping John Franklin Myers out. They work well together, and it just sucks for John Franklin Myers because it's like, man, I want to be here. I fit this system, and yet you guys don't want to pay me. But I'm going to make everybody pay and feel my wrath by going out there and putting up what he's doing is just putting pressure on quarterbacks and trying to get sacks all the time.
Well, the Broncos have 40 sacks through 9 games. That's the most in the National Football League in 25 years through 9 football games. You can't make it up. The Broncos have 14 different players with at least a half sack this season. Houston was 3 of 17 on third down. 3 of 17. It's the 5th time this year that the Broncos held their opponent to under 20% on third down. It's just freakish, okay? And it's amazing. And just we're bathing in it here today. Bathing in it. All right. What did we make of the Broncos' run game? The answer to that question may be a little bit complicated, but we'll sort through it next.
After another slow start, the Broncos found a way in the fourth quarter once again. With a short week coming up, will Denver's offense finally find a way to move the ball quicker against the Raiders? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
All right. Phillip Lindsay here, and I want to tell you about my new obsession, and that's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And now that Daisy's has come out with the delicious Daisy French Onion Dip and also a Daisy Ranch Dip, these are definitely game changers that you're not going to want to miss out on. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, then give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Whatever you're looking for when you head out into the wild, keep an open mind. Sometimes the real treasure is the journey itself. Sure enough, there's treasure out there. Sometimes it's something you didn't expect to find. And more often than not, it's as simple as the memories you make. Make some memories of your own with a new vehicle from Corwin Toyota. Family driven for over 100 years.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com. This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Progressive has great customer service, and it's easy to reach us because great and easy is the way to be. Like salads. Great for you, and so easy you can put any group of veggies in a bowl and it's a salad. A full carrot with a head of cabbage? Weird, but still a salad. 1 radish and a couple of green beans? Also a salad. 14 blueberries, half an onion, and a sunchoke? Odd, yes, but an odd salad. So contact Progressive's customer service by phone, app, or online. It's great and easy, just like salad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
It's holiday season again, which is great, but also a time of great stress. Planning and paying for friends, family, bills, gifts, etc. can make what should be the best time of the year into the most stressful. At U.S. Mortgages, we want to help reduce stress and debts. Lock in our below-market 4.75 5-year fixed, 5.81 APO.
Wait, you have a 4.75% fixed rate for 5 years?
Yes, and it comes with our lowest rate for life program. If the market improves after you close, even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee. And there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. Lower your bills and stress, save money, and no payments until January of 26. Plus, access up to $15,000 in cash benefits just in time for the holidays. Call us now at 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126. This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Jacob's Law. 303 Law 4040.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's the drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, I want to talk about what I think, just from judging what I saw and felt myself, was maybe amongst the most controversial or debated things yesterday.
Maybe
was the run game.
Maybe it was. Zach.
So you agree with that?
Come on. I mean, even the broadcasting crew was talking about it. And they're not as close to the situations like we are.
Definitely not.
But when you have a running back that's averaging 5 yards a carry, that's doing well, that was number 3 in rushing at the time. Number 3, I don't know where he's at right now. Probably not number 3. And yet you don't run the ball consistently? What's going on? Why?
Phil, we've been talking about this for quite some time now. We have. There just seems to be a general reluctance to lean into the strength of the offense. We talked about this last week. It's not particularly close. Dobbins a 4th in the league now, rushing Rico Dowdle past him after.
Rico's been balling, man.
How about just the Panthers going into Green Bay? I think they were a 13.5-point underdog, winning outright. That's why we love that league. And you said 5 yards a carry. Phil, yesterday in the first half, Dobbins was averaging 6 yards a carry. And he's the 3rd leading rusher in the sport, and he got the ball 4 times. It doesn't make sense. The Broncos, we talked about this on Thursday, they're above average on offense in one category, and one category only. And it's certainly not passing the football. It's running the ball. The Broncos came into yesterday's game as the 3rd rushing team in the NFL with the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL. And there just seems to be a general reluctance by Sean, a former quarterback, to lean into the incredibly obvious strength of this football team.
Well, then Sean needs to wake up. He needs to understand that right now the strength of this offense is running the football. The identity moving forward is running the football, and it's okay. Bo Nix is struggling. Why? Because he's having to go from 2nd and long, 3rd and long. But if you run the football 2 times, and now it's 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, maybe it's 3rd and 2, you put Bo Nix in a better situation to just complete a pass and move the chains. But yet for Sean, it's like you don't want J.K. Dobbins to get going for some odd reason. You're holding him back.
It kind of does feel like that, doesn't it?
Yes, and I know that we're frustrated. I can't imagine what J.K. Dobbins is feeling like.
Yes, yeah, and you...
And I may know a little bit more, but when it comes to J.K. Dobbins, he may not be happy, which he shouldn't. You're sitting there. You're battling with some of the best running backs in the game. You're at number 3 before the season, before the Houston Texans game. You're starting to heat up in that game, and yet you get 4 carries in the first half? What's going on, Sean?
It doesn't make sense at all, and I am uninterested in someone trying to make it make sense to me.
There's nothing to make out of this other than stop making this the Bo Nix show. Let it organically happen. Bo is going to get his. All Bo has to do is execute when the plays are there.
And the only thing that's going to happen is your play action game is going to be way more effective when you get that ground game going. It's going to be one hand washing the other. But Sean, he just, for whatever reason, I mean, check this out. Yesterday at halftime, Knicks had dropped back to pass 17 times, and the Broncos had run the ball just 6 times. And as a team, averaged 5 yards a carry on those 6 attempts. And that was because he's still mixing in RJ. If it was just J.K. Dobbins, he's averaging 6 yards a carry in that first half. And Bo Nix in the 17 dropbacks was 6 for 17 for 76 yards. It's one thing if you're like leaning into like the circumstance of the game and you got it going in the pass game and you're like, you want to know what?
Rhythm going.
We're going away from the run game, the obvious strength of the team. But when you're struggling, and you've been struggling in that regard, and the obvious strength continues to be an obvious strength, it becomes like you're trying too hard to execute something. Let the game unfold organically and react accordingly.
Zach, it's going to bite you in the butt at some point.
Agreed.
Because you keep on forcing something that's not there. Bo Nix got away. He had 1 interception. You could have had 2.
He could have had more than that, Phil.
He probably could have had more than that. We're going to count the 2, though, now.
Okay, we can go to 2.
Talk about
we can go to 2 because Derek Stingley just dropped the 1.
Oh, man. It's like, what are you doing, man? But I'm thankful for it.
Totally.
For JK, it's like they have to the offensive line and the running backs have to get in some type of rhythm, too. Like, they matter, too. They're going to help this team win as many games as Bo Nix will. So it goes hand in hand. And yet you're not letting them get going. You're not letting them kind of set up. As a running back in that league, Zach, by the third, fourth quarter, that's when your big plays start to happen because now you're into the game, you get the rhythm, you start to see tendencies, and you get the defense tired. And if you're a hard runner like JK and you start to break tackles, it's only a matter of time before you get a couple chunk plays because of that. But Sean's not letting that happen. Sean's the one holding this offense back, specifically the run game. And that has to stop if we're going to go far in these playoffs. Come on, Sean.
Yeah, and like not only are the Broncos, or were the Broncos coming into yesterday the 3rd rushing team in the NFL with the 3rd leading rusher in the National Football League as an individual, J.K. Dobbins, but you also, and I had to, I wanted to almost drive into the studio this morning because my man Mike Evans, who I love, he was like, enough of this 1960s football, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, like you win with the pass. I'm like, dude, The Broncos are leading the NFL in explosive run rate. They have the single most runs of 10 yards or more.
Mike doesn't believe that.
Of any team in the NFL. So we went through all the numbers last week, and we don't need the numbers. We have the eye test, but when the numbers validate the eye test, when you have the 3rd best rushing team in the NFL, the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL, number 1 in rushing explosion rate, number 1 in terms of carries that have gone over 10 yards, I mean, it's as plain as the nose on your face.
Mike doesn't believe what he said he pitched out there. He just wanted to talk.
Well,
get people upset like you.
Well,
you upset now because of it.
Well, because it's right there.
It is.
I mean, it's right there. It's right there. And again, it'd be one thing if you were leaning away from the run because your pass game was so successful. But it's so bizarre. It actually borders on the bizarre that you would have the obvious strength of the team reveal itself yesterday once again to be a strength, your obvious weakness within the offense, which revealed itself once again to be a weakness of the offense, and continue to lean into the weakness. It doesn't make sense.
I need to see what JK's doing. Obviously, he's making Sean mad. Obviously, he's saying something in that building that Sean doesn't like because I don't know why you wouldn't go with the man. Like, you got him on a great deal, $2 million. Utilize him. Isn't that what they like to do with the running backs anyway? Use us up?
Use them up. Use them up.
Okay. Use them up. Well, Sean's like, no, I like my cattle.
Yes. Like, dude, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It just doesn't. So, and again, the old phrase, all is well that ends well. It ended well. Yeah. The Broncos won. Bo Nix and the passing offense did eventually wake up. But you have got to, if you are continuing to be proactive to get better at your job, you have got to obey your eyes and just believe it. Like what the old Maya Angelou quote, if someone shows you who they are, believe them first. Like, and I know we're not talking about an individual person, but like there's one obvious strength. The seeing is believing.
Like literally, the run game is working. Every single game, the run game has worked, and yet we don't lean on it. We don't run enough. That has to change.
All right. What did we make of Bo Nix yesterday? Is he more Elway or Tebow? That's next.
After a crushing loss on the road to Utah, the Buffs returned home and got blown out by Arizona. With the season pushed to the brink, will Coach Prime turn things over to Julian Lewis? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Think a fender bender can't cause serious injuries? Think again. Many significant injuries don't show symptoms immediately. I've seen it. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make it happen in 24 hours or less. Interest rates are competitive and home prices have been stable. That means you can find a great deal while locking in a monthly payment that fits your budget. Plus, with home equity building over time, your investment grows, making home ownership a smart, long-term financial decision. If you continue to pay rent, you're just paying your landlord's mortgage, and you don't need 20% down. You could be in your new home with as little as 3% down. Plus, they're offering down payment assistance programs to make home ownership even easier. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Roberto Coin is passion.
Roberto Coin is art.
Roberto Coin is love.
And Roberto Coin is right where you'd expect to find it. Williams Jewelers of Inglewood. I'm Dylan Williams.
And I'm Dylan's sister Shayna, inviting you to our exciting Roberto Coin Holiday Trunk Show Friday and Saturday, November 7th and 8th.
This holiday, give her the iconic fashion, the wearable Italian artistry of the incomparable Roberto Coin.
Handcrafted in Vicenza, Italy, these gorgeous 18-karat earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and rings have made Roberto Coin the #1 Italian jewelry designer in the world.
And this holiday, Roberto Coin jewelry starts at under $750.
So come find your passion and the perfect gift.
The Roberto Coin Holiday Trunk Show, Friday and Saturday, November 7th and 8th at Williams Jewelers of Inglewood.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
On the corner of Bellevue and Broadway,
where Colorado shines.
Most business owners and decision makers work hard but stay frustrated because customers simply don't know they exist. Marketing isn't about being flashy. It's about making sure people understand how you solve their problem. Audio, video, and online campaigns put your message where your customers are already paying attention. And your friends at Denver Sports, they specialize in connecting customers to businesses. The moment you get clear and show up consistently, growth follows. Don't stay the best kept secret in town. Visit DenverSports.com and click on the Advertise with Us button and start growing today.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD2, CSU basketball faces Incarnate Word with pregame starting at 6:30. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces Seattle with pregame starting at 7:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at wistaracu.com.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Leading off with a big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you on a Victory Monday, November 3rd, on a roller coaster ride that is the Denver Broncos season thus far. Holy smokes. This is entertaining as hell. It's dramatic as all get out.
You gotta love it.
And somehow the Broncos keep on ending up on the right side of the ledger after all the drama.
They're living well. Everybody in that locker room is doing the right things.
Man,
right?
There may be something to that.
No. They're tailoring things towards their household. They're not cheating on their significant others. Like, everything is going right in there. Because I always remember we were losing. It was with Denver, and there was a guy in the locker room. I'm not gonna say his name. We get there and he throws his helmet. And he was dead serious. He said, "Oh, you mother, you need to start living right. You guys aren't living right, and this is why we continue to be on the other side of things, from the coaching staff to the players." I'm like, ooh-wee. He was a vet, too.
Yeah.
So after that, everybody better start living right.
He might have been right. He might have been right. Some of those teams. Yeah, I mean, this is just, it's hysterically fun. Hysterically fun. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to have our criticisms. You know, because when you're actually living through, it's one thing if you're not watching the games and you just see the final score. That's how it is for a lot of the people around the country. They're not watching the games. They're not in the trenches with the team like we are.
Yeah.
So when you are in those trenches, man, this team can be maddening. And Bo Nix specifically, he can be maddening. And then he has this awakening in the game and he becomes the best version of himself and is like the straw that's stirring the drink in the fourth quarter and getting it done. So, like, this is the ultimate. Two things can be true at the same time. The Broncos offense can be absolutely maddening, pull your hair out for, 2.5 hours, and then Bo Nix can, and the Broncos offense can provide like a euphoric type of sequence that you win the game. And the ultimate goal is to win the football game, and that's what they keep on doing.
And that's all that matters. At the end of the game, of course, you want to see your quarterback throw for 300 yards, have 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and be the just true reason why you win. But it's all about winning.
Yep.
And as long as you're winning, you can start to pick up the pieces and figure out what's really going on. As long as you're winning. If you're losing, now everybody's starting to do the blame game. Now you have the defense upset with the offense upset with maybe the play caller or the quarterback. Like, it can get ugly when you're not winning games. So as long as they're continuing to win games and they're trying to find out what's truly going on with this offense, and Sean needs to do a deep dive and say, okay, what do I need to do? I don't know, maybe run the ball.
He is not thrilled with his offense.
He shouldn't be.
I mean, it's another week where you watch the presser, and if you just had it on mute and there's no closed captions, like, you would think that he was the coach that lost, So, I mean, and I want to get this out of the way right now because I'm seeing on the RamosLaw.com text line going into the most previous break. I said is Bo Nix more John Elway or Tim Tebow?
And let's get going.
And you've seen this being talked about on social media for weeks now, and old school Bronco fans will tell you that at the start of John Elway's career, I mean, things could look so pedestrian, and then Dan Reeves would let him do his thing, and they would come back, and he would put the team on his back, and they would win. Tebow, and this is the thing I want to address. When I say Tim Tebow, I'm not saying, and I'll read this RamosLaw.com text that illustrates what I mean. Tebow couldn't toss an accurate ball 20-plus yards through the air. Come on, guys, LOL. Bo had a couple dimes yesterday that were almost 40-yard bombs for touchdowns.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not saying, when we say this, I'm not saying that Bo Nix is the same level of player as Tim Tebow. You would have to be a fool to say that. It's Tebow-esque in the fact that for 3/4 of a game, the Broncos offense can look like it can't crawl, let alone walk or run. And then they're Usain Bolt in the fourth quarter and they're winning. It's like it doesn't make sense. If you're capable of that in the fourth quarter when the chips are down, how can it look so bad? That's how it's Tebow-esque. I know most people understand that, but not all.
And but for me, if I'm answering that question, I'm still gonna go with, he's more like Elway. Bo Nix, that is. We're talking about Bo Nix. And the reason why I'm saying that is when you look at Elway in the beginning of his career, the first year was bad for Elway. He was 4 for 7. 4 or 7 was his record. He got benched, so he played 11 games. He only threw for 1,600 yards because he got benched, 7 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. Bo Nix, his first year, was able to have that great year. Now, the one thing about Bo Nix this year is he's not making some of the plays he did last year. And it's just like hitting on the open receivers.
Yeah.
But it's there. It's right there, and we've seen it before with Bo last year. So, like, when you think of with Tim Tebow, one is not a better athlete than Bo Nix.
No.
2,
although Tebow was a great athlete.
Yeah, don't get me
probably
wrong.
A better athlete than quarterback.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't want to disrespect Tim Tebow. But also for Tim Tebow, he couldn't throw the ball. He couldn't throw the ball. Bo can. Now, there's some mechanic issues, staying in the pocket, setting his feet, stepping
footwork.
into his throw.
Yep.
Like, those are things that Bo Nix needs to clean up yet again, which we thought was already cleaned up. But once he does that, he sits back and he relaxes. He hits and executes on the open receivers when they're open. Like yesterday, Evan Ingram was wide open. Hit him. He was open a couple times. Just get him the ball. Stop overthinking things. And once he can do that, then he's going to put together a great game finally at some point, a great game. But when I look at Bo Nix, he's more like Elway. And he's only going, like, we're not even done with his second year. And he's still winning games. He's still figuring out how to be a quarterback in this league, how he can lead this offense. And he's doing a great job in the fourth quarter. Now he needs to put all 4 quarters together, and that's coming.
I know that it's and look, I'm doing it here too, bringing up Tebow, bringing up Elway. The truth is, it's probably unfair to Bo to make either comparison because clearly Bo Nix is on another level of quarterback play than Tim Tebow ever was.
Yeah.
Especially in the NFL. But also drawing a straight line to Elway because there's some similarities. I mean, this is one of the 10 greatest quarterbacks of all time. Now, I know some days you do want to put Bo in that category. But
I'm looking at Elway like the first 2 years of Elway's career compared to Bo's first 2 years. Bo's first 2 years are better than Elway's.
Yes.
As of right now.
No, they are unequivocally. In fact, Bo Nix threw more touchdowns as a rookie than John Elway ever threw in any year of his career. Now, I'm going to double-check that before I put my foot in my mouth in an absurd way, but I'm pretty sure that is the case.
Like that, yeah.
He is – see, this is why I brought up that stat on Friday's show that I said I thought of you because it's some – and I don't have it in front of me, but it's like Bo is the 7th quarterback in NFL history to throw 50 or account for 50 total touchdowns before he reached 20 turnovers.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yep.
And it's like when you look at that, those numbers and you say it like that, Bo Nix threw more touchdown passes, by the way, as a rookie than John Elway did in any season. Now it's a different era of football and all that stuff. We get the context there, but that's impactful. But so when I give you a stat like I gave you Friday that I just repeated now, or you look at some of the raw numbers, it screams that this guy is the truth and the real deal. But when you actually watch the games, it's like, dude, you know who it reminds me of? And please forgive me and don't throw anything at me because I'm not saying that
let
this
somebody
guy.
else do that.
I'm not saying that this guy is the following quarterback that I'm going to bring up. But in 2023, when you looked at Russell Wilson's numbers, they were really good.
Yeah.
And people around the country, I remember Robert Griffin saying, well, he's got 16 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. But it's like, yeah, but you don't watch the game snap by snap. So despite the numbers being there, that offense was mostly maddening with some real highlights mixed in. And then this offense feels similar. Forgive the Russell Wilson comp, because that's not what I mean, but it reminds me of that when you look at Bo's numbers and the stat that I gave, or the stats at the end of a game or the end of the season or for the first 9 games or whatever it is that you want to look at, it tells a story. But when you actually watch the games, it can be incredibly frustrating.
Oh, for sure. But you know what? We tend to forget that this is year 2 for him, that he is still young. He is still learning about himself, Sean Payton's offense, trying to fill himself out in Sean Payton's offense. He is going to struggle at times, just like some of the other franchise quarterbacks out there are going to struggle at times.
Oh, yeah.
And so this is why, for me, I'm like, Bo Nix is in a good spot, because there are plays that he needs to make. He understands that. And he's going to work his butt off to make those plays. He needs to just relax, though, set those feet. There's too many times where he's running up in the pocket, and now he's not accurate with the football because he isn't setting his feet. And it's small things like that where it's like, dude, you're getting in your own way of having success. You're getting in your own way, and you're making things harder than they have to be when you do have an Evan Ingram tight end just sitting there wide open that could get you another touchdown on the board.
Oh, man, that's
simple. And it's like, come on, Bo. Like there's only so much Sean can do for you when it comes to scheming up open plays. Execute them. With that being said, though, when your quarterback comes up clutch in clutch time moments and has 7 game-winning drives, that's what you're looking for a franchise quarterback, a guy that you can rely on at the end of games. Because in the NFL, there's going to be a lot of tight games. Whoever has that ball last usually is going to be the one when you have a good quarterback to win that game. That's why all the time we talk about Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. We get nervous when they have 2 minutes left in the game and they got the ball in their hands. Well, Bo Nix is still doing that. Now, it's not going to look pretty all the time, and he's utilizing his legs, but he's getting the job done.
Well, so the context of that, yes, the 7 comebacks is incredible. And you would rather...
Could have had 8 if it wasn't for... Alex Forsythe.
Right. No, true. And I think it's the most in the NFL over that time since the start of last year. I believe Bo Nix and 1 or 2 others have 7 comeback wins. But, of course, it's part of the context that you're having to come back in a lot of these games because of him also. So, like, he gets to be the hero at the end of the game, but a part of the reason that you are in a deficit in these games has to do with him as well.
But isn't that any quarterback? If Josh Allen has a bad game, you're probably not winning that game.
No. Quarterbacks are going to have bad games. Mahomes is going to have bad game. All these guys are going to have bad games. But it's been half the season now. Bo hasn't put a game together outside of Dallas, which was the worst defense in professional football. Sean was toying with the Cowboys. But in general, like, it's not like, again, it's not just one bad game or a bad quarter or a bad half. This has been consistently maddening through 9 football games, but yielding the right result in 7 of the 9.
So like, where are you at with Bo Nix, though?
Super encouraged, excited. You would, of course, rather, given the 2 scenarios, if I said, hey, do you prefer a quarterback that can shine through 3 quarters but then becomes the worst version of himself in the 4th quarter, or you can have a guy who's the worst version of himself through 3 quarters but have the clutch gene and shine? I'd probably say, give me the guy that's nails in the 4th quarter, but I shouldn't have to choose between those 2 extremes. So, I mean, Bo is figuring it out. He's a young player. He looks the part when it matters the most. But to think that this is sustainable moving forward, I would, unless it's one of the greatest defenses of all time, and it could be. But I just, it can be frustrating, but it's yielding the right result. And it's like, man, it just feels like too much of a roller coaster.
It does. And for Bo, it's like you got to start having stability. You got to start doing your part. There's too many times where you watch the TV screen, and you see Bo Nix saying, "My bad."
Yeah,
my bad.
He almost got Dobbins killed.
Yeah, and it's like, Bo, like, at some point, it's done with the my bads. Just execute the damn play. Get the ball into the playmaker's hands. It's right there. And he can do it. He has done it last year. He's done it this year. He had a bad throw to Evan Ingram, then turned around and had a perfect throw to Cortland Sutton.
Yep.
That's what we need to see more of. And maybe it's a confidence thing. And maybe it is more of like, hey, let's lean on the run to take pressure off of him early so that he can set up and have better looks throughout the game. But for Bo, it's like continue to be on this road to just consistently being good. And at some point, you will have a breakthrough. But don't get down on yourself. And he's a guy that doesn't get down on himself.
No.
He doesn't flinch.
Dude, to the point where, and I think that's my favorite quality about Bo Nix. And there's a lot of them. The CEO energy, the leadership, the seriousness, but the not flinching when the game hangs in the balance and you haven't played well. Like, dude, they got the ball back with like 2.5 minutes left. And the offense was terrible again. Okay? He's on the bench with Davis Webb. Did you see the camera caught it? He's on the bench. He's smiling and has like a laugh. Like literally had a laugh on the sideline with around 90 seconds to 2 minutes left in the game where he had been struggling all afternoon. Now, a part of me is like, that's kind of weird, and it's almost like psychotic.
Yeah.
In a way that is good. And I know you don't want to see your quarterback laughing on the sideline when he has played like dog water most of the afternoon.
He's probably envisioning what he's getting ready to do to the Houston Texans, which he went out there and did when it mattered the most.
Yeah, but like I say that on the heels of you saying, man, he doesn't flinch. There is something about this young man that just becomes the best version of himself when the chips are down.
Hey, franchise quarterback. That's what franchise quarterbacks do. They win games.
Well, they do. They do. There's no doubt. But like, there's no way you're thinking about doing a victory lap on franchise quarterback when after 45 minutes of that game yesterday.
And we're winning 7-2. Big reason is because of Bo Nix.
Totally.
You know, like you're gonna have games where it looks ugly for the offense. It's been like that for the whole year. But at some point, it will break through. This is where it's like, hey, we may need to add another weapon. We may need to go out there and trade for another weapon to help out.
See, I don't think it's a weapon issue. Bo just needs to play better.
He does need to play better. No doubt about it. But yes, it still is a weapon issue. Because the more weapons you have, more speed you have. The reason why he's like, I'll tell you this. The one thing that the Denver Broncos are still lacking, even with Troy Franklin, because he's not consistent, is speed. You still need more speed out there. And that's why we brought up Rashid Shaheed. Because he does have that speed. So when you do overthrow a ball, you can make up for it because of your speed.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Bo just needs to be better.
And he needs to be better.
And they could use more weapons, but I think every NFL team would like to add a weapon. But if he was just a little bit more accurate with the football, and, you know, I'm not used to Sutton dropping balls in back-to-back weeks this way. Like, guys can make, you know, plays for him, you know, a little bit better, but also, you know, that's going to be football. But, Bo, he is on his way. He is on his way. But man, oh man. It's one of these things with Bo Nix right now, and that's where it does draw Tebow-esque conversations. Because if you wanted to make the argument that Tim Tebow was a good quarterback, he gave you enough ammunition to make that argument.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to argue that he wasn't very good at his job, he gave you that ammunition as well. So, man, Bo.
Let's Bo.
No, let's freaking Bo for sure. But also, I don't want to get carried away. The defense is what's making this possible. It's not the Broncos' offense.
No doubt about it. It is the defense. The defense is the backbone of this team. Just like 2015, the defense was the backbone of that team. And for the Ravens, the defense was the backbone of that team. Like, you need a good defense if you're going to be good in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. Even for the Eagles, the defense was dominant.
It was.
So, like, yeah, make no mistake about it. We can have our fun. The offense has to do their part, and they have to do it at a higher level. They have to execute the plays when they're there, and they're easy plays and they're layups for touchdowns to help the defense out. Bo Nix has to be better. Sean Payton, at times, has to be better, specifically with the run game.
Agreed.
But our defense is the one holding us up and giving us the opportunities at the last second to win these games.
Yeah, it's like it's the defense is affording the offense an unhealthy leash on the chain. Because when your defense is that dominant, and you mentioned the 2015 defense, you mentioned the Baltimore Ravens defense, like, these are some of the greatest defenses of all time.
Yeah.
Maybe the Broncos have one of the greatest defenses of all time. Maybe this is what we're seeing. And maybe this is sustainable because of the defense. But make no mistake, like, they are affording the Broncos offense to make mistakes and the lack of execution allowable and tolerable because they're so great at what they're doing right now. I mean, they didn't allow the Texans to score a single touchdown.
I know.
The longest rush was 8 yards.
2 goal line stops, man. Like that's insane at the 1 yard line and at the 2 yard line, and Houston had to settle for field goals. Are you kidding me? Offense like is being set up for success. They got to take advantage of it.
And no one wants to hear it today. All right, but I'm just gonna say, like, this game's texture, the competitive fabric of the football game changed entirely when C.J. Stroud got knocked out of this game. Now, the Broncos defense deserves credit for that.
Yeah.
Chris Abrams-Drain deserves credit for legally knocking a quarterback out of the game. I love to see it. It reminds me of the football that I grew up watching. But if C.J. Stroud is in the game the whole time, are you winning on a walk-off field goal 18-15? I personally do not think so. Because the gap between C.J. Stroud and Davis Mills is pretty sizable.
You know what? We'll never know.
No, really. And we don't have to know.
Yeah, I never, like there would be times where I'm sitting there and we barely won a game. And I'm sitting there like, dang, man, we really could have lost that. But then I'm like, you know what? Who cares? Who cares? We found a way to win that game. I'm not going to go back and look at this because we're not going to play this team again. And let's move forward. Let's try to build off of what we just did there. Yeah,
totally.
We may have had a little luck. But, like, why not us? Why can't we be the ones that get some luck where some of these other teams are? So
Totally.
And that's how I think of it. Like, you're still winning games. You're still giving yourself a chance to continue to develop offensively. Defensively, you're still growing as well. Like, they haven't peaked yet. Like we talked about with Josh and Cease. They haven't peaked yet. It's going to be scary when they do.
Man, if the offense can just become good, not looking for great, truly not. But if they can just become a good and more like just a little bit more predictable in a healthy way where you think like, because I turn on these games, I don't know what I'm going to get from the Broncos offense. So if they become predictable more in a healthy way when you just know what you're going to get a little bit more, man, this offense can be if they can put together a B- or B offense over the course of a game with this defense.
Yeah, I'll take a C+.
This
team passing.
This team could win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they can do it. They can do it. But it's going to come down to Sean Payton and Bo Nix. You have to have a quarterback that can keep things afloat, make the crucial the big time moments like Bo has done, but also like reward the defense. They get a turnover, they get a stop, sustain drives, get a couple field goals, maybe even a touchdown when it's open. Let's go. Come on, Bo.
In terms of the resilience of the team, Sean Payton was asked about it after the game.
I think at halftime, it's funny, your team grows and morphs and evolves into something. I don't think there was a person in that locker room that felt like we were losing this game. Now, we all felt like we needed to do certain things better, all right? But I think there was a lot of confidence coming into the second half.
Did you think at any point in the game that the Broncos were going to lose?
No, because C.J. Stroud got knocked out so fast. Once C.J. Stroud was out, it's like I've been with Davis Mills. I was his teammate. He was a rookie when I was there. I know how and I know he was young at that time, but like he's not it.
No,
he's a backup quarterback.
Yeah,
you're going against a really good defense with a backup quarterback. You're going to have a big time chance to win that game no matter what happens because Davis Mills not going to make those throws, which he did not do.
No.
So even when C.J. Stroud was playing, it was too early in the game, and we were able to get the stops defensively. But then when C.J. Stroud got knocked out of the game, it's like, okay, like anything is possible. They can go up as long as they're just making field goals because field goals usually get you beat.
Correct.
And that's what was happening with a backup quarterback. All it takes is for us to get one touchdown, which we were able to do, a couple touchdowns with Cortland Sutton and R.J. Harvey, and it turns the whole game around. And then the biggest play, I think, I don't know about you, but the biggest play that was made was Troy Franklin for that 2-point conversion.
Dude, I was literally trying to write it down. So, yes, that was the biggest play of the game. And that was, I thought, Bo's best throw of the game in terms of the placement of the ball, because some of the other touchdowns were schemed up, which is good. You got to hit those. You got to make those layups that you didn't hit on the Evan Ingram play, and there's others. But yeah, like that is playing above the X's and O's where all things are equal and you're winning a competitive matchup.
You make a play.
The ball placement and Troy Franklin, whose hands have not the best reliability rating, going to strong arm catch that with his two hands was, I thought, I agree with you, full cosign. I thought it was the biggest moment in the game.
And so when you're able to do things like that, like you're in it. So to answer your question, because of how this team has been playing and in the fourth quarter comebacks, I never thought they were going to lose this game because C.J. Stroud was knocked out so early.
Yep. Here is a little bit more from Sean Payton. We've been asking to see Bo Nix run the ball more, all right? And Sean was asked about telling Bo when to take off and run or not.
We don't talk about that. Like, in other words, his eyes are within the progression, but you got to be careful you don't tell that player too much when it comes to something like that. You know what I mean? Like, do you inhale or exhale when you're backswinging golf? I don't want anyone to ask me that question. But I think there are certainly design runs you saw. Again, we got to keep working with his clock because it gets quick. There's someone open, and there's some throws he's going to want to correct. But that's a good problem to have. He doesn't take sacks.
That's about as critical as you're going to hear Sean Payton towards Bo Nix.
He's getting fed up.
You know what?
Fed up with his act.
You see him on the sidelines, and he is. It's maddening. And Bo, I love my son so much. I would lay down my life for him in a half second and not even think about it. But there are moments where he just drives me nuts.
But you know what's funny is like the patience with Sean, though. Like, he wants to cuss him out.
Yep.
Like, if that was Russ.
Yep.
Oh, he's gonna chew him out as he's walking to the sideline. But because it's Bo, you can see that he's holding his tongue a little bit.
He is
kind of quiet.
To the point where the one time he's trying to talk to Bo, and Bo turned his back to him and was walking away as Sean's continuing to try to talk to him. Like almost like a parent to a teenager.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, you can walk away, but you're going to hear me on the way out here, and I'm going to tell you what I think you need to know. Yeah, man. He's the whole thing. They are building the airplane as it's in the air.
Yeah. It's a chemistry thing. They have to learn about each other still.
Yep.
And at times it's like, Bo, like you gotta stop walking away from him when he's talking. Like, because like we see it. And it's not a good look on TV. And we know you're frustrated. And I know how it is. It's like you don't want to hear anybody. You know that you messed up. But also understand that people are watching you all the time. So at least have that much respect for him, and you guys are going to talk it out, and they're going to be just fine.
Oh yeah,
they got a little freaky relationship going on.
Yeah, they do, but they are actively trying to. If I just stick with that analogy, the plane's in the air. We're 9 games into the season, and they're still putting wings on this puppy. Yeah. And sometimes I'm not sure how is it flying. There's not. Here we are. I don't know. I really don't know.
Trust the process.
Crazy. All right, there was a couple things that took place in that comeback win yesterday that got lost in the noise, but we'll shine some light on it coming up next.
This Veterans Day, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan needs your help as we look to give back to those who have served their country. Teaming up with Foundation Cadillac, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is giving away 1 year of free oil changes to one of our state's many veterans. To nominate a current or former service member, head to denversports.com/veteran. That's denversports.com/veteran. To all our nation's veterans, we at Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan thank you for your service.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I should have had Done Right do it. Don't be that person that says this after ordering your remodeling project. Hi folks, Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy by being particular, just like you. 800-362-8370.
Hey, it's winning season in Colorado, and now your home can score big too. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton is giving 25% off Infinity by Marvin windows. That's a bigger win than competition's small plays. With with 0 down, no interest financing, and windows built to last decades, not seasons. You'll be set for the long game. Call 303-794-0490 or visit windowsforyourhome.com. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton, your home team for windows that last.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches, all styles from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. Matthews, located in Highlands Ranch, serving Colorado since 1951.
Ever tried fixing an outlet yourself? First, you watch a DIY video, then you grab your tools. Next thing you know, sparks are flying and your hair looks like you just licked an electrical socket. Let's avoid that, shall we? Piper Electric has been providing expert electrical service since 1983. Repairs, upgrades, EV charger installations, even commercial and industrial. They do it all and do it right. They're giving you $50 off your next service. No fried hair required. Call 303-422-9219 today. Piper Electric. Leave the electricity to the experts.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Think a fender bender can't cause serious injuries? Think again. Many significant injuries don't show symptoms immediately. I've seen it. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
Payton Manning here. Throughout my football career, staying healthy was a big priority, but bumps, bruises, and injuries were part of the game. And for me, it's not just the clinical excellence and expertise that sets a medical team apart. It's also the compassion, kindness, and empathy they show. At Common Spirit Health, healing is quality care and human kindness. And my friends at Common Spirit are teaming up with their partners to spread human kindness and create healthy communities. Common Spirit Health. Hello, human kindness.
Brandon Stokely here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Are you ready for winter? Worries you might need a new furnace? Don't know where to begin? Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Discover incredible savings at the Mountain High Appliance Clearance Center in Denver. I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. Our clearance center offers a huge selection of ranges, refrigerators, laundry, and more. Save up to 60% on open box, scratch and dent, display models, and overstocked appliances from Bosch, Thermador, KitchenAid, and many more. When you're looking for great deals on appliances, our clearance center is your go-to destination for the best prices and selection.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off, because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Marketing can feel overwhelming. Where to start? What works? What doesn't? That's where your marketing experts at Denver Sports come in. Audio, video, online marketing, and we know how to cut through the noise so your customers finally hear your story. You don't have to waste time guessing or spinning your wheels. We'll guide you with a proven plan that turns your marketing into growth. Let us handle the hard part. You do the easy part. Head over to DenverSports.com and click Advertise with us and start growing your business today.
This segment on 104.3 The Fans brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD2, CSU basketball faces Incarnate Word with pregame starting at 6:30. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces Seattle with pregame starting at 7:30.
one of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it. 1. All righty. There was a couple things that took place in that Broncos comeback win yesterday that got lost in the noise. All right, and rightfully so. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts. But how about Mercedes Lewis becoming the oldest Denver Bronco ever and actually being an impactful blocker on one of the J.K. Dobbins runs there to the right side?
You know, I didn't know if Mercedes Lewis was going to be really implementing the game plan. I knew that he would be out there maybe for special teams, blocking for the field goal team. But he was out there, and he sprung J.K. for a 10, 15-yard run, and it was good to see that from him.
And it was Will Anderson.
Yes.
It was Will Anderson.
But I will say this, Mercedes Lewis is a big man, 6'6".
Huge.
He's probably 270 now. He used to be 260, 270, man.
He is a mountain of a man. So you just love to see that. Someone who's 41 years old playing for the Denver Broncos, that's a new record. Also, my guy, who I warned our audience about this summer, Jeremy Crawshaw.
I thought you were going to say bands would make you dance.
No. But we can get to him shortly here.
Yeah, we can.
Because I think we're organically going to run into each other here. But Jeremy Crawshaw,
yes.
A 76-yard punt.
The Aussie punter.
That is insane. I just thought he was phenomenal. Actually, and I'm not joking, I thought he was one of the better Denver Broncos yesterday.
So is his nickname Craneshaw now?
Craneshaw.
So does he get the name?
Gets the name Craneshaw. I mean, that's about as good of a day that you can ever expect from your punter.
Yeah, and he's young too. Like, imagine what it's going to look like for him when he gets consistently just in there all the time. Now he needs to continue to be consistent, which he will. He will do, but it's fun watching Craneshaw.
Unbelievable.
Punt the ball.
And if you don't know the reference, Craneshaw instead of Crawshaw, because this summer out at training camp, they had the construction opposite of where we would stand, and Crawshaw would kick the ball so high that sometimes I was convinced it was going over the crane that was doing the construction. So we started to say Craneshaw. And then Will Lutz, man. Will Lutz, the most underrated and underappreciated Denver Bronco. These kickers drive these fan bases nuts around the country. When you don't have one, you're holding your breath for every extra point, every chip shot field goal, and Will Lutz just continues to be nails, the reigning AFC Special Teams Player of the Month, not the week, the month, having the 12th game-winning field goal of his career.
And how about Sean Payton saying, "Hey, Will, kick it through"?
Yeah, I love that.
And Will Lutz looked at him like, "I got you, coach. We've been together so long. Like, trust me." Kicks it right through. That's why they give him the nickname Will Lutz with the big O. You know what?
I absolutely love it. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
Hey, real quick, man. And I know this is such a big Bronco day, and rightfully so. I mean, they're 7-2 for the first time since the Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
But we got to talk about the Nuggets here real quick. Not really loving what I'm seeing. Now, that doesn't mean I'm down on their trajectory in terms of the whole season, but if we're going to react to the games, not really in love with what I'm seeing, Phil.
What are you seeing that's kind of like because they're scoring points?
Yeah.
You know, they're 3-2 as of right now, but it's early. So what are you not loving?
So basically, you've played 2 good teams. You've lost to them both.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've lost to them in clutch fashion. When I say clutch fashion, last 5 minutes of game, scores within 5 points or less. Those are the games that they win. They've lost both of them, and now they're 3-2. But the Pelicans are terrible. The Suns are terrible. The Timberwolves are better than those teams, but they were without their All-NBA player, Ant Edwards, who has owned this matchup. And I just, you just start with Cam Johnson, who I love. I love Cam Johnson. Have loved watching him as an NBA player off to a really rocky start. There's no other way to put it. But it's not the rockiest, in my opinion. Christian Brown has been bad. And there's a difference between not being good and being bad. Christian Brown has been bad. And I'm not here to put lipstick on it. He just signed the extension. He is not playing good defense. He's not scoring. He's not shooting. It looks like he's scared to shoot. That goes for Cam Johnson as well, by the way. These guys, but to stick with CB, it's not close to good enough.
Well, let's start with just playing good defense. This is what we talked about Friday. Go back to your bread and butter, your strength. Play good defense. You have the money already. You don't have to worry about that. Now just play good defense and kind of organically let your scoring happen when it does happen. And for Cam Johnson, it's like, dude, you're getting paid a lot of money to be the number 3 best player on this team. We need you to be the number 3 best player on this team if we're going to win a championship. Start making your shots.
And here's the other one, man. And it stings me because I love him so much, and I think his jersey's going to hang from the rafters of Ball Arena forever at a certain point in time. But Aaron Gordon has not been good after that first game. And you know, here's how I know that. The Nuggets have played 5 games. He scored 50 in the first one and is somehow not averaging 20 points. Think about that.
Oh, yeah.
Think about that. He is not playing with force. Some of the athleticism that I saw very early in the season, I'm not seeing. And defensively, he hasn't been good. And you asked me a question before the season started, and it was some random day, and you said, hey, one thing that you would be concerned about before the season starts here, what would it be? In addition to Adelman's inexperience, I said the athleticism of this basketball team, and that was on display over the weekend against Portland.
I mean, but Portland's young, they're hungry, they're athletic as heck. They're able to get past Aaron Gordon and Christian Brown.
Phil. Blow-bys.
Like it was like toilet paper. So, I mean, yeah, like the athletic ability is obviously not there on display. And it's going to be interesting to see what David Adelman does when it comes to like rotation and switching up this lineup to see about putting more athletic players on the field or on the court together.
Yeah. So no reason to freak out.
They're 3-2.
No reason to freak out at all. I haven't seen anything debilitating that would change the fact that I think this team can go win the championship, but they have a lot of room to grow. Luckily, they have the time to do exactly that. All right, we're going to kick out of the last slap of the 3 count. Don't let the Broncos comeback win mask a massive issue within this football team. And we'll talk about it next.
The Fan Flyaway is back. Presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
What's up, guys? Phillip Lindsay here, and I want to tell you about my new obsession, and that's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip, along with a Daisy Ranch Dip, guys, these are definitely game changers that you're going to want to try out. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, then you need to give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I
do. Everyone does, but it's only U.S. Mortgages. Lock in a low rate today, and if rates fall in the future, we will redo your loan and lower your rate without any lender fees, including the appraisal. There's no limit to the number of times you can do this. Always have the lowest rate for life. Get our 475 5-year fixed rate, 5.89 APR. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Join Denver Sports 1043 The Fan in Modelo at Mile High Station on Thursday, November 6th from 4 to 6:15 p.m. for the Fan Football pregame show. Get your head in the game with orange and blue face painting and ice-cold Modelo. Modelo, brewed for full-time fans.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Right now, they have a generous deal on windows. Receive $1,000 off every 10 windows you purchase. On top of that, they want to be a part of your Thanksgiving celebration. They will provide you with a $100 gift card to your local grocery store to contribute to your Thanksgiving festivities. Call 5280 Exteriors today to take advantage of this special November promotion. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's Fall Football Sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
At Berg Simpson, we are passionate about what we do. We bring that passion and our expertise to the office and courtroom every single day. We're always working hard and are committed to doing everything we can to give our clients the best opportunity to have a great result.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And last year, I went a little rogue and dropped a discount code for my friends at Hermes Worldwide. And you guys used it so much, they almost got mad at me. Well, I'm feeling a little spicy again this season. So I'm bringing it back, baby. You can get 30% off your ride to the game with Hermes Worldwide for your entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. And contact Hermes Worldwide at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Go Broncos!
Twin Peaks is the best in the game and the go-to spot for football season with wall-to-wall TVs, hearty eats, ice-cold drinks, and of course, those scenic views. It's a full-on experience whether you're catching college or pro games this season. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR, advancedhair.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Don't let the Broncos comeback win mask a massive issue within this football team. And I mean massive. And it's massive enough that it's already cost the Broncos a game.
Well, hell, Zach, there's a lot of issues still with the Denver Broncos. We're winning games, but it's not how we want it to be. Offensively, we want to see a little bit more fireworks when it comes to scoring points, and then what you're getting ready to talk about now, it's just like that. This has to get fixed.
Phil, I cannot believe how bad the Denver Broncos are on special teams. Like just awful. Like F grade. And now maybe F plus if there was such a thing, because you kicked the game-winning field goal and you're.
Let's keep Lutz out of it, right? Lutz is in his own little world. You're over here.
I'm gonna amend it. D minus because Crawshaw was great too. So your actual kickers are good, but man, oh man, oh man, a personal foul on special teams
by the long snapper. A
45-yard punt return, longest of the season. A separate 36-yard kick return. A blocked field goal and my man with the muff punt. Oh, no.
No.
Not Bandy.
No, Vance.
Oh, no.
This is your opportunity.
Man.
You haven't played in 3 years. They're counting on you to do the punt return work, which I told you. I said, man, nobody wants to go back there and catch punts, Zach.
We talked about this on Friday.
Yes, nobody does because it's a hard job. Because something with that ball, when punters know what they're doing, they can have certain spirals on it that either can make the ball go further or come back down. So if a football is spiraling in the air, straight up in the air, it's going to come down faster. If it's spiraling like a football and it's kind of like going straight, it's going to go further. So as a punt returner, if you can't gauge that or you can't see it, you don't have the confidence, then you need to get away from the ball. Bandy, I know you're trying to make a play, and every punt returner needs to catch the ball. That's what they say. You have to catch this ball. But if you're not confident and you're on the practice squad and you want to keep your job, you might want to get out the way if you're not confident in catching that punt.
Yeah, and he was like kind of in between in no man's land,
Yes.
and it just, man, I felt for him. I really did, because you're not used to being out there when the bullets are flying anyway. And now you're in this situation where you're having to gauge and judge the trajectory of something you're not used to doing. I mean, you hadn't played in years.
Yes, 3 years.
That's whew. But again, we talked about this on Friday, that like Bandy has got to catch these punts. And I thought of you during the game, of you hearkening back to your experience in 2018.
Yeah, 2018, we're playing the Arizona Cardinals, Zach. And I was like the backup punt returner. I had to do it, so I was okay with doing it, but I didn't want to. So we're going into that game, and one of our punt returners was already out for the game, so I knew that I was the second. Deshaun Hamilton was first because he was more reliable in catching the ball. Well, he calls for a fair catch, if you remember. We're playing against the Cardinals. It's a Thursday night game.
Yep.
He calls for a fair catch. The gunner, the guys on the outside, doesn't see the fair catch and just runs right through him.
Oh, my God.
Right
I
through him.
remember that.
Exactly. And I was on the sideline. I was like, oh, I said, man, I feel sorry for whoever has to go in there next. Not knowing I was the next one up. So I get the Phil, you're up. I'm sitting there like, huh? Like, you telling me I have to go catch this punt after what happened to Deshaun Hamilton? So I told myself, I said, okay, if I don't feel comfortable, I am not catching this punt because I'm not losing my job over muffing this punt. Well, the first one I didn't fair catch because I felt like it was a good one. I almost got my head knocked off. The guy misses me. I end up scampering for like a 10, 15-yard run, talking a little stuff, acting like I was hard. In the back of my head, I'm like, I'm never catching this again.
Yeah.
So I get back out there again, and I already told myself, I don't even care if this is a good ball. I'm not catching it. I'm not catching this one. And that's exactly what I did. I did not catch that ball, and it's called Peter, right? They have a nickname. It's called Peter. What Peter means is everybody get the hell out of the way. Just everybody start heading to the sideline so you don't hit the football, and now it becomes a live football. And so that game, I was like, man, I'm not going to mess with this too much because it's just too hard to catch punts. You have to be a certain kind of guy like Marvin Mims, who's an all-pro punt and kick returner that just loves being back there, and they're confident enough that they can catch every single punt.
Well, special teams was brutal, Phil. It was brutal. There's no other way to put it. I mean, in the same game, you have a late hit personal foul, a 45-yard punt return, the longest of the year, a 36-yard kick return, a blocked field goal, and a muff punt. That's hard to all cram into one game.
And a game-winning field goal.
And a game-winning field goal, also a 76-yard punt. So
Yep.
it's like it wasn't all bad because the kickers did their job for sure. But it's impossible to not mention that the Denver Broncos had a top 10 special teams unit last year. And Sean fired the coach.
For his boy.
It was Ben Kotwika who got canned. Okay? And I understand the context that the original special teams coordinator retired after the Alex Forsythe thing. Like
somehow with his eyes, I guess.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Like the most bizarre timing that like the Sopranos couldn't explain away. Like it's like, wait, he just had to retire?
Your
like,
eyes
what?
are hurting, aren't they? Okay, we're gonna let you go.
But I'll say, like, again, it was a top 10 unit, and this year, oh my gosh, I can't believe the Broncos played as bad as they did on special teams and lost a turnover battle by 2. And we're on the road. It was the first time in a half decade the Broncos won a road game when they were -2 in the turnover differential, and then you add on all the special teams gaffes.
Well, see, Sean, something has to give. If this continues to happen, what are you going to do? What are the moves? You can't just continue to blame the players. That's what you want to do for your boy. Darren Rizzi is his boy. He's been with Darren Rizzi for a long time with New Orleans Saints. But if it's not working out, are you willing to make a tough decision like you did last year with the other special team coaches? Like, the special teams will win you or lose you a game. And this is an important time where we're barely winning games, but your special teams can help. You already don't have Marvin Mims right now because he's in concussion protocol. So things have to change, and they have to change in a big-time way, or you're going to start losing games because of it.
Well, this was Sean asked about the field goal block.
Yeah, we'll look at that on film. All of that without watching on tape. My concern was just the late subs. It was a little bit sloppy in the kicking game. We'll get that cleaned up, or we'll find someone else that can do it.
We'll get that cleaned up, or we'll find someone else who can do it. Now, he was asked about that comment earlier today, and he said, I'm referring to the players that aren't on the field that need to be. Coaching is outstanding. So Sean continues to,
back his boys.
So we'll see how it ages, but they have to get that cleaned up. Okay, shifting gears briefly away from the Broncos. Deion Sanders has a Buffalo-sized problem on his hands in Boulder, and we have got to talk about the latest chapter in this spiraling story, and we'll do so next.
It was a back-and-forth defensive battle, but the Broncos took care of business in Houston and won their 6th straight game. It hasn't always been pretty, but has Sean Payton found a winning formula in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The holidays will be here before you know it, and for many families, that means excitement, but also stress. Between gifts, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out if you qualify. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
At Postman Law, we're not your typical personal injury firm. Our lawyers have argued and won at the United States Supreme Court. We've gone head-to-head with giant corporations like Uber and Amazon, and we've helped clients recover billions in verdicts and settlements. We bring that same firepower to every case, no matter the size. When you've been injured, having the right lawyer matters. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise, Postman delivers.
Call 844-POSTMAN. Attorney advertising.
I'm Corey Rose, anchor at 9 News and proud mama who enjoys taking my kids mountain biking at Winter Park. I love preparing you for the day ahead with the latest headlines. Whether it's tackling safety in our kids' schools or covering breaking news, from Aurora to Lakewood and everywhere in between, we've got you covered. Because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to 9 News Mornings. Weekday mornings live starting at 4:30 anywhere you watch.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
If you're considering sedation dentistry and want to learn more about it, Clarkson Dental can help. When it comes to your health, you want to make sure you know all the details. The highly trained professionals at Clarkson Dental have your answers. Learn more at coloradosedation.com.
Mike Evans here. Copperhead Plumbing will make sure your plumbing is ready for winter. From drain cleaning, garbage disposals, leaks, water heaters, toilet repairs, and 24/7 emergency plumbing. Cold weather can mean frozen pipes, water heater issues, and small leaks that turn into big problems. So get fast, reliable service before winter hits. Visit CopperheadPlumbingInc.com today.
Copperhead Plumbing, built to last. Call us once, you'll forget the past.
Copperhead Plumbing, keeping your home flowing all winter long.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD2, CSU basketball faces Incarnate Word with pregame starting at 6:30. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces Seattle with pregame starting at 7:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
We have a piece of audio from this morning with Sean Payton. And don't even worry about it right now. We'll do it next segment. You guys have got to hear.
It's crazy.
Sean Payton is one of the most interesting people
in the world.
And he can be such a jerk. All right. And there's a piece of audio from this morning that, we just have to play for you. We just have to play. This is the day after presser because they're off Tuesdays. So his availability is on Monday morning in a conference call. We'll play it for you here shortly. You're not going to want to miss it, okay? It's hilarious. It's actually going in the Hall of Fame. I'm being sincere.
You got to put it into the little iPad.
It's going to go into the iPad. There's no doubt about it. And we'll have some fun with it here in just a second. But first, I want to pay off the tease. Deion Sanders has a Ralphie-sized problem on his hands in Boulder, and it seems to be getting worse. Phil, the Buffs lost 52-17 at home against Arizona a week after losing 53-7 against Utah. Now, that was at Rice Eccles. That was at night. That's an amazing football team. It can almost be, in some ways, not always, but in some ways explained away why you were punished to the degree that you were. But to lose 52-17 to Arizona at home, that means the combined score of the last 2 weeks of CU football is 105-24.
That's insane, man.
This is pre-prime product.
Coming off of a bye, by the way.
Last week, yeah.
Yeah, last week where you're well rested. You're at home, like you just got done talking about, Zach. You said that this team is going to be a little bit better than it was, and that wasn't them out there. And yet you come back at home and get beat 52-17. And Arizona let up on the Dogs.
Yes, they did.
Put in backups.
Yes, they did.
Booby's backup if you ever watched Friday Night Lights.
And Utah did the same thing last week. Last week, if Utah wanted to score 100, they could have. They could have.
There's a major issue. And it's not just the players. Now, people want to blame all the players and say that they're not good enough. Well, they just got done beating Iowa State. They were competing against BYU. They had a chance to beat Georgia Tech at the beginning of the year. But now, all of a sudden, the team has just said, hey, we're going to let go of the rope and we're done? This is more of an in-house issue, Zach.
Of course it is.
This is more of the coaching.
Of course it is.
It's the coaches around Coach Prime as well. Everybody doing their part, or maybe not doing their part, but something has to give. You have all these coaches out there losing their jobs because they're not doing their part. Now, Coach Prime is not going to lose his job.
Nope.
He doesn't need to lose his job, but he needs to find somebody that can help him out. You're only as good as the coaches around you. And right now, this team is not good because some of the coaches around him.
Let me just put this idea that Deion Sanders is going to get fired. There is 0% chance that Deion gets fired. Why? Even if CU wanted to fire him, which I don't think they currently do, but even if they wanted to, they fiscally cannot afford the buyout. Like, so Deion's not going anywhere. All right. And so, and Deion would have to step away on his own accord for health reasons, which he's got to pay CU some money. So I don't, I
don't know that contract. I don't know what that looks like if he has to.
I think it's over $10 million that he has to pay, back, from what I understand. So these two parties are married to one another. There's no divorce coming anytime soon. But, I mean, Phil, over the last 2 football games, the Buffs have been outscored at halftime 81-7. It looks like one of the worst college teams in America the way that it did under Carl Durrell the year before Deion got hired. And I watch college football to an unhealthy degree. I'm watching it all day long. I'm following it all day long. They're the worst team that I have put eyes on here in the last 2 weeks. And honestly, and I'm being sincere, it's not particularly close.
Now,
I don't know who.
You're talking about offensively and defensively?
Across the board.
Special teams wise, too?
I have not put eyes on a team these last 2 weeks that looks like a worse team than Colorado. I don't know what they do well.
Coach Prime said the kids haven't quit.
See, and
he haven't quit yet.
And I saw that he said that after the game, to which I would say then you have even bigger problems than I think you have. Because if those kids are still in the fight and haven't quit, and you've lost the last 2 weeks 105-24, you're just like so bad at your job. And look, we've gone round and round, and I don't think Deion Sanders is a good football coach. But the one thing that he is supposed to be good at is acquiring talent.
Yeah.
So you can't, like, for these people that you address, like, you can't just blame the players. This is the Louis. So, like, if you're not a good game day coach and you're not good at acquiring talent, you don't even try to do in-home recruiting. He's yet to do one at Colorado. What do you do good at your job? I'm still trying to figure it out, other than pick up the pylons after Warren Sapp kicks him over.
No, Coach Prime, this is not a Coach Prime thing. Like I said before.
What do you mean?
In a sense, Coach Prime needs to put people around him that are better at coaching the X's and O's than him. He's not doing that. Stop going for the guys that you know and you care for, and start going for guys that you know can help you win football games. They're not afraid to say, hey, Coach, I don't want to do it this way, or we need to do this more. For Coach Prime, he needs to take a step back and see who he's surrounding himself with.
I agree with that.
Just because you're a Hall of Famer or you went to the NFL does not mean that you're going to be this great head coach.
Bro, Michael Jordan couldn't run a basketball team, and Wayne Gretzky couldn't coach hockey.
I played in the NFL. Do I think I could be a head coach right now and be successful? Hell no. I don't know enough. I don't know enough when it comes to the situational football when the bullets are flying around to be able to call that right now. But you learn. You put people around you that can help you out. Coach Prime needs to do that, and he needs to do that ASAP. Let's start with the offensive coordinator with Pat Shurmur. Like, at some point, I want to see it come across the screen that, hey, we're moving on so that we can start going in the right direction. I don't ever want anybody to get fired, but this is a performance-based business. If you're not doing your job, you get let go, period. And the offense has not been doing their job, and honestly, with Robert Livingston, the defensive coordinator, they haven't been doing their job.
No, they haven't.
It was it the second or third play where the receiver goes for a 50, 60-yard touchdown? The tackling was atrocious. It's like, come on, y'all.
They're the worst tackling team I have had eyes on the last 2 weeks. It's like they forgot how to tackle. And man, it's getting worse. That's the thing. And the one thing that I've questioned, and you'll remember me saying this, is like, can your group stay together when the chips are down? Because that's where you lean on your culture. And if your culture is branded as transient, and they're always coming and going to a degree that's the brand of the program, you become rudderless. Like that, I don't know. He can tell me that those kids haven't quit. It looked like those kids were ready to hit the town in Halloween costumes. No,
they need to stay their butt in. They don't deserve to go trick-or-treating. Win the damn game.
Dude, Phil, the Buffs had more penalties at halftime than points.
Man.
And Deion did not let any of the players speak after the game because he said, it's on me. Man, I'll tell you, You know the first thing that needs to happen this offseason, and you're not going to want to hear it. No one up there is going to want to hear it either. But the truth, to quote Cecil Lammey, isn't meant to make you feel good.
Yeah.
He needs to restructure that contract.
Why?
Because you're getting paid like a top 5 coach in college football, and you restructure it for the same reason that Jim Harbaugh did. If Jim Harbaugh at Michigan can restructure his contract and give some money back when you're underperforming.
Well, Jim Harbaugh also got in trouble for a bunch of stuff that came out, and that's why my man left.
That came after he restructured. He restructured his contract. No, he restructured his contract years before he left. Because when they were underperforming. If dude, you have twice as many losses that you do wins, and you're not just losing, you're getting embarrassed.
So that should be everybody then. If you're going to tell somebody to restructure their contract, every coach that's losing should restructure their contracts.
If your school's in financial trouble and you're the biggest bill on the docket and you're underperforming to this degree, I'd feel bad collecting that money if I were him.
Okay, what about the LSU coach? Should he give all his money back? My man's going to get paid $54 million. Nobody's talking about how he needs to get it back. Belichick.
If he were to come back.
What are we talking about?
If Brian Kelly were to come back, if LSU had him back, he should have restructured his too. LSU
doesn't have the money.
No, they don't. Right, yes.
And we know that. And I get you with that. But for Coach Prime, he doesn't need to give his money back. He doesn't. That's what they're giving him. I'm not going to give back my money just because of what I didn't do yet.
Well, this is a one-way street between Deion and the university right now. It's a one-way street.
Why is that?
Because the return on investment is terrible. And this was the year.
Hold on now. How? Last year we were praising him. Had a Heisman winner, a quarterback.
Yes.
This year hasn't been good. It hasn't. And now it's terrible.
No. There's a difference between not being good and being dog water terrible. What we're watching is dog water terrible. Are we not?
It's bad. It is. It's horrible.
Can you find a 2-game sequence worse than these last 2 weeks in the final year of Carl Durrell? Because I don't think we can. This 2-game sequence is worse than any 2-game sequence in the worst season in school history.
So because of 1 year, you want my man to give back money?
Actually, he shouldn't have to. He shouldn't have to because he knows what the problems are and he's going to fix it. Listen to him.
I'm not going to say I don't have the answer. I have the answer. I'm trying my best not to say what I want to say, and I'm trying my best not to give everything, but I'm trying to be transparent because you deserve that. You all deserve it. You guys have been truly kind, some of you, most of you, anyway, and I don't get it there about the criticism. I'm telling you, it's on me. Criticize me. I've been criticized when I came out the womb. The doctor didn't even like it. I'm good. So it's on me, but I know what the situation is. I know what the problem is, and I'll fix it.
The one-liners don't hit the same when you're getting your head kicked in.
He said it's on him.
Yeah. Hey.
Wait, what more do you want to say?
To which I would say, we know, Deion.
So
we
now,
know. We know. We know.
Oh, okay.
All right, what was Bo Nix saying after yet another signature fourth quarter comeback? You'll hear from the quarterback next.
After another slow start, the Broncos found a way in the fourth quarter once again. With a short week coming up, will Denver's offense finally find a way to move the ball quicker against the Raiders? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here on behalf of my friends at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there about how you're feeling. Seriously, how you feeling today on this Monday? Rested and rejuvenated coming out of the weekend? Or do you feel like you're already ready for Friday before Monday's over? All right, you have low energy, you're feeling sluggish. Maybe your sleep patterns are off. All right, maybe you're working out, you're not seeing the gains you used to, and that's when you drag yourself to the gym. All right, you used to look forward to that. And maybe because of all this, you're putting on weight. And I really hope you're not feeling sad or depressed. Believe it or not, all these symptoms can be tied back to low testosterone. Go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com, take the low T quiz on their website, simple 10-question quiz, yes or no answers, takes 2 minutes. From there, you can schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They'll draw your blood. They'll have the results within 30 minutes. A Colorado licensed medical provider will review those results with you, discuss your options. You'll make a decision together with their medical team. There's never pressure, okay? Cost of the appointment is just $99. That includes a medical consult, a T and PSA test. And if you sign up for testosterone treatment, the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Fellas, we have one life to live. Don't spend yours wondering if you're suffering from low testosterone. Go take that low T quiz at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Think a fender bender can't cause serious injuries? Think again. Many significant injuries don't show symptoms immediately. I've seen it. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
These days,
Losing weight is such a roller coaster. You try the new medications, and when you stop taking them, you gain it all back.
Today is a new day.
Today is a new day. Today is a new day.
Let Soda Weight Loss teach you the healthy, natural way to let go of the weight for good.
Do you know how good it feels to let go of 51 pounds of belly fat? And I did it without drugs, shots, or hunger. Because Soda Weight Loss works. Just look at all the Google reviews and all the thousands of before and after pictures.
For a limited time, 2 people can start with Soda Weight Loss for the price of 1.
What does that mean? It's more fun?
Double the motivation, double the results, half the cost.
The best decision I've made in a long time was just to call Soda Weight Loss.
Take advantage of Soda Weight Loss 2-for-1 partner program. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com. Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Looking to upgrade your kitchen, laundry room, or outdoor cooking area? Look no further than Mountain High Appliance. Family owned and operated for the past 31 years. I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. We have hundreds of appliances hooked up live for a true try-before-you-buy experience, plus professional delivery and installation. Our price match guarantee ensures you receive the best deal, and special financing options make your purchase affordable. When it's time for new appliances, think Mountain High Appliance.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Mike Evans with Todd Whalen from Advanced Tax Solutions. Todd, the government is shut down. The IRS is shut down. But what does that mean for folks who are dealing with the IRS?
Yeah, Mike, it's big news. The IRS has been laying off people again. So my advice right now really would be to take care of the problem while nobody's looking, especially if you have unfiled tax returns. It's better to kind of slip them in right now when nobody's looking. A lot less scrutiny. And so now's the time to get in and, save yourself the stress. The slower they move, the better job we can do and the better outcome you're going to have. But if they're hot and heavy on your back, that's not the time to take care of a tax problem. So for your own peace of mind and sanity, if you have unfiled tax returns, give us a call today.
There he is, Todd Whalen, with over 30 years of experience helping people with their IRS issues. Please take advantage of what he can do for you. Call Advanced Tax Solutions, 303-753-6040.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. When you buy an engagement ring or fine jewelry gift from Shane Company, you get more than what you paid for. Our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. It covers everything. There's no fine print. You'll get unlimited cleanings, resizings, and repairs. Plus, it even protects your engagement ring's center stone. We stand behind the quality of our jewelry, and that's our gift to you this holiday. Peace of mind. Because a friend knows the best things in life are free. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hey, Stokely here, and let me tell you, fall golf is the best golf Colorado has to offer, and it's not too late to get fully dialed in for the last few months of the season. At Embers Golf in Westminster, they're not just selling golf clubs, they're crafting a journey for golf lovers like you. It's a boutique-style shop, family-owned, with 2 hitting bays, all the major brands, and fully upgraded custom shafts. Come in for a full bag fitting. Trust me, there's nothing else like it around. Embers Golf, where your golf journey begins.
Hey, bro. Weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, sports fans, did you know that O'Mara owns GMC on 104th? And now it's time to check them out.
That's right, and O'Mara GMC announces the lowest lease payments of the year. GMC Hummer, just $549. Sierra 1500, just $479.
Lease a GMC Hummer for only $549 a month, or a Sierra 1500 for just $479?
That's O'Mara GMC on 104th. OmaraGMC.com.
Stock SZ167052 and SU104091. See the website for complete details.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota.
Here we go.
Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, that was spicy. Woo! Spicy. Talking about your Buffs. And I just have to say this before we move on. Sean Lewis, who was the offensive coordinator at CU, who had the most successful Colorado offense in 2 decades.
Yep.
You fired him. Deion Sanders, you fired him. And you hired Pat Shurmur. And now you're stuck with Pat, and Sean Lewis is the head coach at San Diego State, and they're 7-1.
You're not lying about that one. Man.
How frustrated are you?
Oh, I'm very frustrated. Like, there's, like, literally, I have to force myself to watch the games. And then once it gets out of control or out of hand, I just leave. I'm like, I'm done with this. I'm done with it. I want to see good football. And yet you get blown out for the second straight time. Utah, okay, understandable, tough team. Arizona?
At home?
At home?
Non-nighttime game, which you always complain about.
Zach, did you see the stadium?
I did. And actually, so I watched the whole game because I couldn't stop live betting Arizona.
Oh, look at you.
I'm just giving you
keeping
it a buck with you. 2 weeks in a row, just cleaning up.
After coming on these airwaves on Friday saying, oh, the Buffs are going to do it.
I did pick the Buffs to win for the first time this year.
Shame on you.
And no, honestly, shame on me. Shame on me for picking the Buffs. You're right. You're right about that. But
something has to change, man.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's not going to be Deion. Deion's not going anywhere.
No.
I don't think Deion's giving money back to the university, and the university.
Well, you wanted him to. Like, he needs to give the money back.
Well, I'm saying in terms of stepping away, I think he's got to write a check that's over $10 million to give back to the university. That's not going to happen. University's got to write a check, I believe that's over $30 million in buyout money. That's not going to happen. All right. So, but one of the crazier sights. So I'm watching this bloodbath, and the stadium's almost empty, and there's a group of 50 kids. Do you see this? They all took off their shirt and they start waving their shirt around. Now, I watch a lot of college football, so this has begun happening, but I haven't seen it at Colorado. When these games turn into a blowout, and it's mostly gamblers who are watching the back half of these games like I am, hoping for a cover or whatever, these kids are coming together and waving their shirt, and then different kids from around the stadium are going to join them. So it starts with 50 kids, shirts off, waving them, and then the mascot comes over and starts doing it with them. And no one's got anything better to do, right? So kids from all over the stadium, so they filled the section. So there's ends up being 300 to 400 kids all with shirts off, man. And they're doing it because there's literally nothing better to do. The game's decided, but they're not leaving the stadium yet. So they're just doing this to pass the time. And it's, man, oh man, oh man, oh man. It's brutal.
It is.
It's brutal.
It's embarrassing.
It is. It is. Okay. We'll put CU back on the shelf for now. All right. Bo Nix. We'll hear from Bo Nix. Also, Sean Payton. You got to hear this. Okay. This is Sean Payton this morning on a conference call with the local media, okay? And yesterday, he made the comment, he was asked about the blocked field goal and other special teams issues, and this is what Sean Payton said.
Yeah, we'll look at that on film. All of that without watching on tape. My concern was just the late subs. It was a little bit sloppy in the kicking game. We'll get that cleaned up, or we'll find someone else that can do it.
We'll get that cleaned up, or we'll find someone else that can do it. Now, Darren Rizzi has been, under a little bit of fire here because it's one of the 10 worst special teams units in the league. So Luka Evans, for the Denver Post, who he's been here for less than a year. I've had some interactions with him. I really like him. He's a really hard worker. You're hearing these different hosts, cite his work and stuff, and hopefully give him some credit.
Really good stats. He puts up really good stats.
Yeah. He's really talented. You just tell okay, he's doing a great job for the Denver Post. Great hire. So Luka wants to follow up. Hey, yesterday's. So this morning on the conference call, an exchange between Luka Evans from the Denver Post and Sean Payton.
Luca Evans, the Denver Post.
Yeah, Sean, just wanted to go back when you talked about the special teams issues and you were saying, yesterday we have to get that cleaned up or we'll find someone else that can do it. Are you referring to personnel there or are you referring to coaching? When you say that?
Evan, if you were paying attention, I'm referring to players that aren't on the field that need to be. All right. Coaching is outstanding. All right. We'll get that cleaned up. My point is, if there's 10 in the field and there's supposed to be 11, all right, then that player that's supposed to be out there, I'll find someone else to do his job. Is that crystal clear?
Yep. My name's Luca. Also.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Oh, man. Sean.
Put it in the hall.
Evan.
Did I make that crystal clear? Yeah. My name is also Luca. Perfect.
Yes, perfect.
Oh my
if you were paying attention.
Oh my gosh. Woo. It's so it's just dripping with condescension. It's like unbelievable.
Now, do you believe that Sean did that on purpose?
It could be
hear that last name.
It could be an easy mistake because he hears the last name Evans, and maybe that's the last thing he hears, and it's like Evan. But Sean is also a prick. And when you're a prick enough, you lose the benefit of the doubt when things are 50-50 and it could be a mistake or you're just being a jerk. So I'd say Sean was purposely being a jerk. I have no way of proving that. I'm speculating.
Is that crystal?
Is that crystal clear? Yeah.
Are we crystal clear?
Oh, God. It's so good. Let's play that. Just one more
Luca
time.
Evans, the Denver Post.
Yeah, Sean, just wanted to go back when you talked about the special teams issues and you were saying, yesterday we have to get that cleaned up or we'll find someone else that can do it. Are you referring to personnel there or are you referring to coaching?
Evan, if you were paying attention, I'm referring to players that aren't on the field that need to be. All right. Coaching is outstanding. All right. We'll get that cleaned up. My point is, if there's 10 in the field and there's supposed to be 11, all right, then that player that's supposed to be out there, I'll find someone else to do his job. Is that crystal clear?
Yep. My name's Luca. Also.
Okay, perfect.
It's so good.
Sean's tired of Evan.
Oh no, it's so good. And
Evan.
And obviously I feel bad for Luca in that moment, but I've been in Sean's crosshairs and Cecil has and others have.
So are you happy Luca stood up for himself and said, "Hey, it's Luca"?
Yes. I am. Okay. We'll hear from Bo Nix. Also, what do we make of the Broncos' run game? Answer to that may be a little bit complicated. That's next.
After a crushing loss on the road to Utah, the Buffs returned home and got blown out by Arizona. With the season pushed to the brink, will Coach Prime turn things over to Julian Lewis? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? As you know, the temps are starting to drop. The game day energy is heating up. Broncos country. You can feel the crunch of the leaves under your shoes, the chill of the air, the sound of that crowd echoing through Mile High City. Football season is in full swing. So whether you're bundling up to cheer on the Broncos at Empower Field or heading to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, make sure you get there on time and in style. Leave the traffic and icy parking lots to someone else. Hermes Worldwide has you covered with their luxury rides that keep you warm, comfortable, and stress-free all the way to kickoff. Hermes Worldwide also offers championship-level transportation. Picture this, you and your crew rolling up to the stadium in a sleek, heated vehicle, no parking hassles, no driving worries, just a professional driver ready to get you to and from the game safely. So what I want you to do is give them a call today at 303-577-7600 or visit RyanHermes.com/DenverSports. Again, you can give them a call at 303-577-7600 or visit RyanHermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
A lot of personal injury lawyers make claims about how good they are. But how do you know who's the best? Who will fight to get you the money you deserve? At Berg Simpson, we don't rely on simple claims like other firms. We have 27 best lawyers in America, 17 super lawyers, and we're one of the National Trial Lawyers' top 25 most influential law firms. Compare us to other firms, then call Berg Simpson.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Brandon Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Veterans Day is a moment where we express gratitude towards the folks who have served on our behalf, our veterans. And Navy Federal Credit Union celebrates veterans of all branches and their families on Veterans Day and every day of the year. They serve over 2 million veterans, and as a veteran, you can become a member and access exclusive rates, discounts, and financial tools for the whole family. Become a member at NavyFederal.org/veterans. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The Fed just dropped rates again, and that's really great news for American homeowners. If you're feeling overwhelmed, thinking about the upcoming holidays, there is no better time than now to get your finances in order. With rates dropping, now is the time to pay off that debt. American Financing is helping homeowners access the equity in their home for instant savings. They're saving people just like you an average of $800 a month, and many are seeing rates in the low fives. That's a game changer compared to those sky-high credit cards. And if you start today, you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. It costs absolutely nothing to find out how much you can save. The holidays are going to be here before you know it, so don't wait. Call their salary-based mortgage consultants today. American Financing can be reached at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196 for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Step Denver, a nonprofit solution to addiction and homelessness.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD2, CSU basketball faces Incarnate Word with pregame starting at 6:30. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces Seattle with pregame starting at 7:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, we'll hear a little bit from Bo Nix here. Why he and the team are so confident that they can come back. I think Bo can be, if I'm just being honest, like pretty boring at the podium a lot of times, says just kind of all the right things. So we don't play a ton of Bo Nix audio on our show.
He's not going to give you anything juicy.
No.
Come on, Bo. Wake up a little bit. No, he has that CEO energy.
Yep, and that's fine. And honestly, like I'd rather him be like that than shooting off at the mouth, at every other turn. But I thought this answer was interesting, is when asked why he and the team are so confident that they can come back.
It's never feeling like you're out of the fight. I've learned different kind of patience as I've grown. In high school, I was not very patient. It was like an every drive thing, and if I got off the field, we had to punt. It was like the end of the world. And in college, it was learning how to win certain battles and field position, and just getting completions and checking it down and moving to the next play. And you just have to eventually learn as a quarterback how important that next play really is. And if you can just get it to it in a better situation than you were the play prior, then you did your job. And so I've just learned how to get to the next play better. I've learned a little bit more patience as I've gotten older and more mature and experienced in the game of football. And each level, I just feel like I've been able to learn a lot and grow a lot. And I'm definitely not the same as I was this time last year, much less when I was in high school. So I've come a long way. Still got so much to learn, which is the fun part. But I'm going to continue to work and not stop until I maximize my potential. Don't know when that'll be, but I'm excited because there's a lot to learn, a lot to grow from. It gives us another opportunity next week to go out there and change it up. But I'm sure we'll learn from the mistakes we make next week as well. So I just learned how to be a little bit more patient and go into the next play.
I thought that was a pretty authentic answer from Bo.
Yeah, he just being real. Like, hey, look, I'm human. I'm young. This is my second year, and not even my full second year in the league. There's going to be times where I have some great plays, and there's some times where I need to sit back and watch what I'm doing, take constructive criticism, and you move from there. So Bo Nix has what it takes, and you know that he's going to work his ass off.
There's no doubt about that part.
But for Bo, it's like, dude, if you would just relax and hit on the easy plays, when Sean schemes up a play that's wide open, just put a little touch on it. Or knowing that there's two defenders that's on Cortland Sutton, you can't just put air on it. Now you got to zip it in there.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just learning the control of being a quarterback and throwing the ball. And honestly, Zach, I didn't know anything about that. I just thought a quarterback just throws the ball until I got with Nick Foles. Nick Foles, who was with me with the Indianapolis Colts, and we were doing some practice squad reps. And Nick was explaining how each play is going to be different when it comes to passing. And depending on the receiver, depending on what the cornerback is doing, whether it's a back shoulder pass, my footwork's going to be like this.
Yep.
If I want to put a little bit more touch on it, my footwork's going to be like this. And I didn't know anything of this. I thought, you just throw the ball. So for Bo, it's about learning how to put touch passes and when to do that and when to zip it in there. And that takes time.
Since you said that, I'll have to share this. Like, it was so cool to hear Joel Klatt on his podcast, like, I don't know, 2-3 months ago. He said, throwing a football is closer to shooting a basketball than it is throwing a baseball. Even though the baseball motion is more similar to throwing a football, he said, like, the touch you need when you take a shot, whether it's a layup and you're trying to just gently have it just touch the glass and fall through the hoop, or if it's a, teardrop, a little runner from 6 to 8 feet out, or if it's a jump shot from 12 feet, or the arc that you have to put on it for a three-pointer, let alone a deep three-pointer. And he's like, that's akin to throwing a ball and the different pace and levels you need to throw the football, despite the motion of it not being close to the same. Bo's, He's still got a long way to go.
Yeah, he's learning, and every quarterback is different. Case Keenum had perfect touch on his footballs. Sometimes it was a little too soft. Tyrod Taylor was another one that, like, he had soft touch to his football.
Sure.
Where Drew Lock would try to break your fingertips.
Yep.
Right? Like, it's something like that where it's like it's all about learning about how to put the speed on the football, who you're throwing it to, and then what level. Like you guys done saying, what level is it where it's like I got to put more on it? If I'm deep down the field and there's two guys on Cortland Sutton, I got to fit it in there.
Right.
Hit it in the honey hole, they call it. But if not, put a little bit of air on it if it's just one-on-one and he beat the cornerback.
Well, someone says Bo is not young. We know by age he's not young, but as an NFL player, he is, not quite his infancy, but he's a toddler as far as an NFL lifespan goes. What did you make of the run game yesterday?
I was upset. Like, the run game was there, Zach. We could have ran the ball all game, but we did not do it. What I think of it is, like, Sean, what are you doing? Why are you holding this offense back? Why are you holding J.K. Dobbins back? J.K. could be closer to 1,000 yards. I know he's almost at a 700, if not 700 yards. He could be closer to like 800, maybe 850 if you would just let him run the ball. The offensive line that you paid for, which you did a great job of offensively and defensively, is securing the interior offensive defensive line. That's where you start. Well, you did that for a reason, to be able to run the ball and lean on them so that your young quarterback can develop, and yet you're not doing it. I'm upset when I'm watching these games when you have someone like J.K. who's averaging 5 yards a carry. And you said earlier, in the beginning of the Houston Texans game, J.K. was averaging 6 yards a carry.
Yeah, in the first half.
And you don't stick with it.
Yeah, he got 4 carries. He was averaging 6 yards a carry, and he's the third leading rusher in the entire NFL.
And the thing about running, Zach, is you have to get into rhythm. You have to be able to get into some type of rhythm, not just as a running back, but as an offensive line. And by the third and fourth quarter, you start to see tendencies. You start to kind of feel yourself, and you're in a rhythm, and then you start to break off the long runs. But your head coach, in this case, your offensive coordinator, who's your head coach, has to give you that opportunity, and Sean's not doing that. Sean's in his own way, and also in J.K. Dobbins' way and the offensive line's way, by not running the football and not obeying his eyes. We all know that the identity of this football team needs to be running the ball. It's going to set up play action, and yet Sean won't do it.
Well, that was frustrating to watch, particularly in the first half, because here's just the facts. You had a top 3 running back in the NFL, average 6 yards a carry. You gave him the ball 4 total times. Bo Nix had 17 dropbacks in the first half and was 6 for 17, inaccurate, for 76 total yards. So it wasn't just like you were not running the ball. You were leaning into something that wasn't working and leaning away from something that was working. And that's not just true of the game. That's been true of the season. The Broncos are above average and, in fact, borderline elite at one thing. They came into yesterday as a top 3 rushing team in the National Football League. Better than Buffalo, better than Detroit coming into the game. Yeah. And so I haven't heard an explanation that makes enough sense to me yet. And I don't know if there's anything to get.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
Just run the ball.
Yeah, it just needs to get better.
Just run the ball.
Yep.
That's it.
All right. Amidst the fourth quarter heroics, let's not forget what's making this all possible. That's next.
This Veterans Day, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan needs your help as we look to give back to those who have served their country. Teaming up with Foundation Cadillac, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is giving away 1 year of free oil changes to one of our state's many veterans. To nominate a current or former service member, head to denversports.com/veteran. That's denversports.com/veteran. To all our nation's veterans, we at Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan thank you for your service. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
This week's Recovery of the Week is brought to you by Step Denver, the men's residential addiction recovery program in Lower Downtown. Our Recovery of the Week this week belongs to Colorado Avalanche goaltender Mackenzie Blackwood, who suffered a lower body injury in the offseason this summer and was unavailable to the team to start the year. Scott Wedgwood filled in admirably, but Blackwood is back, and that means the starter is back between the pipes for the Colorado Avalanche. And that is your Recovery of the Week, brought to you by Step Denver. And we're back with Megan from Step Denver. Today's topic is honesty, a value that plays a foundational role in sobriety. Megan, how does that show up at Step?
Thanks, Zach. Honesty is the cornerstone of recovery. It's what the first step of the 12-step program is all about, admitting there's a problem and being truthful about it. And when someone applies to Step Denver, we actually ask tough questions and we are looking for honest answers. Our application process is part of the journey. It's not just paperwork. It's a moment of reflection and accountability. And so once a man enters our program, he learns to be honest, not just with us, but more importantly with himself. And that is the real game changer. And many have spent, as you can imagine, years hiding from the truth, whether it be about their past, their pain, or their responsibility. When they start living honestly, you can just see it in their eyes. They hold their heads higher. It's pretty remarkable to see the change in a person. And what's incredible is that all of our program staff have walked that same path. They've learned firsthand that an honest life is a free life. And they lead by example every single day.
It's powerful stuff, Megan. I love what you guys do over there at STEP. If you are someone who is ready and willing to seek help, call now or visit stepdenver.org. If you'd like to give, donations are also accepted at that same link. stepdenver.org.
Join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan in Modelo at Mile High Station on Thursday, November 6th from 4 to 6:15 p.m. for the Fan Football pregame show. Get your head in the game with orange and blue face painting and ice-cold Modelo. Modelo, brewed for full-time fans.
If you've been injured in Colorado, you want Wilhite. After an accident, you want Colorado's accident experts on your side, the Wilhite Law Firm. Get your free case review right now. Just call 303-GOOD-LAW today or visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
Some things in life should never be trial and error, like do-it-yourself dentistry or messing with your home's electrical wiring. That's where Piper Electric comes in. They've been powering homes with expert electrical service since 1983. From simple fixes to commercial and industrial work. Need an EV charger? They'll plug you in without the sparks. Right now, get $50 off your next service. Call 303-422-9219 before you DIY yourself back into the dark ages. Piper Electric. Leave the electricity to the experts.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR, AdvancedHair.com.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Do you want the lowest rate for life? Get our 4.75 5-year fixed. APR is 5.89.
Did you say 4.75% fixed for 5 years?
Yes.
Yeah, I want that, but what if rates fall?
Our lowest rate for life program takes over. If rates fall even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee and no limits to the number of times used. Only at U.S. Mortgages. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Amidst the comeback and fourth quarter heroics, let's not forget what's making this all possible. I appreciate you guys being with us here on The Drive on a Reaction Monday, a Victory Monday. All right, we are about to go just about maybe 35 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk radio.
That's it?
That's it.
Man, we got a lot to talk about.
We do have a lot to talk about. None of this is possible. None of the heroics, none of the Bo Nix conversation and exploding and all this stuff in the fourth quarter. All right, and that's what's been going on. Because, guys, as psychotic as it is, in the 6-game win streak, which is the longest winning streak in a decade, going back to the Super Bowl season in 2015, during this win streak, in the fourth quarter, the Denver Broncos are outscoring their opponents 86-20.
That's insane. Like, that's unheard of.
It is, literally.
Like, literally unheard of, and yet the Denver Broncos are pulling it off. Bo Nix is helping out. The Denver defense, Sean Payton, everything is working for the Denver Broncos right now, and now we're 7-2. 7-2. Everything's right in front of us. We can taste it. We can taste the playoffs. We can taste the second round. Like, it's there for us, but we got to start doing things, I would like to say, the right way. We got to start playing a full 60-minute football game if we want to end up in a Super Bowl.
You can start with 2 quarters.
Yeah, let's go 2 quarters.
You know, because it's
let's go 2 drives. Let's sustain drives.
But what's allowing all of this wiggle room for the offense is Vance Joseph's defense. I mean, this side of the ball is trending to be historically good. Think about this. In 2025, where the rules are designed to benefit the offense, the Broncos defense didn't allow a single touchdown yesterday, but it's also the 4th time this season that a team didn't score a touchdown against the Broncos. That's tied for the second most games in a single season in team history. And the most since 2006. And the thing is, we're just through 9 weeks of football.
But Zach, let's just even focus in on the Texans game. The Houston Texans had opportunities to score touchdowns. They were literally at their 1 and 2 yard line.
Incredible.
And yet the Denver defense was able to stay stout, hold them to a field goal both times. A field goal both times.
Incredible.
That's hard to do.
That's 6 points instead of 14. I mean, think about that swing. You're saving 4. It's a 4-point swing for each sequence, and it happened twice from inside the 2 on both occasions. So the Broncos defense took 8 points off the board in a game that you won with a walk-off field goal. I mean, and Dre Greenlaw, how fun was Dre Greenlaw to watch in those goal line situations, fitting the run game and just like almost single-handedly erasing points off the scoreboard.
That's why you brought this man in. Because, one, he could be a vocal leader, but he's physical. He's getting downhill. He's making the tackles. The mentality there is like, hey, the old school linebacker, I'm trying to hurt you. And when you do get to the red zone or goal line and you need your linebackers to be stout and stop the run, he's doing that. Dre Greenlaw didn't play it all that much. Now, he started the game, and Justin Sternad played more minutes and more snaps than Dre Greenlaw, but Dre Greenlaw ended up with 8 tackles. Imagine what he's going to look like when he's in shape,
right?
When he's out there running around for a full 60-minute football game. Like, it's going to be insane. This is why this Denver defense is mean. It's relentless. It's getting to the quarterback with the pressure, with the sacks. You don't even have Pat Surtain in there because he's hurt. When he comes back, like, this defense is a great defense that's only getting better every single game. It's scary to watch, but it's fun to think.
Yeah, it's crazy. The Texans were held to 77 rushing yards. The longest carry of the day was 8 yards. And after Houston scored their final field goal to put 15 points on the board, which is what they finished with, the Broncos forced 6 consecutive punts. 6 consecutive series for the Texans ended with a punt. 4 of those 6 were 3-and-outs. They achieved just 1 first down on those 6 drives. Now, the context here, it's low-hanging fruit, but it needs to be said. A lot different football team without C.J. Stroud.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Davis Mills is just he was a teammate of yours. I mean, it just
he's not it.
No.
He's a backup quarterback. Like, you can't rely on him to win you football games. Every once in a while, he'll have a good game. I've seen him before, but, like, he's not consistent enough. And you're going up against, which we all believe is the best defense in the NFL.
Correct.
And so it's like, hey, you're winning that battle because you don't have C.J. Stroud in there. But also, the defense is the one that took C.J. Stroud out.
It's true.
The physicality hitting him.
It's true.
In the ground. For a lot of these concussions, guys, it's not usually the impact of just getting hit in your head. It's hitting that ground because the ground's harder than anything you're going to ever face.
Yep.
And that's when you end up with your concussions.
Yeah. I mean, but what a hit from Chris Abrams-Drain. I could not believe they picked up that flag. In today's football, now it's the right call. It's the right call.
Yep.
You just hit him hard. There's still, I remember Vic Fangio saying this years ago. He goes, as much as changed in the game of football, there's still not a rule that says you can't knock the hell out of someone. And he used a different word. And that's what Chris Abrams-Drain did to C.J. Stroud. But still shocking that they picked up the flag. And here's just context in terms of the Stroud factor. But you're right. The defense deserves credit for knocking him out of the game. The C.J. Stroud factor. Texans had 98 yards of offense in the first 2 drives with C.J. Stroud. You know what they had in the second half entirely with Davis Mills? 68 total yards. So do I think that the Broncos defense would have put the team in a position to potentially win anyway? Yeah. Do I think they would have dominated to the degree that they ultimately did if it was C.J. Stroud in there the whole time? Probably not.
Well, see, I don't know. I have a little pushback with that one because C.J. Stroud, he had 2 opportunities in the red zone. Honestly, the goal line, and yet he didn't get in. Like, and he's in that game.
It's true, but yeah.
Well, but it's like you have a chance to do it with your arm or your legs. They decided to go with the run because they didn't trust C.J. Stroud for some reason in the red zone with his arm. So they're handing the ball off. They can't get through our stout defense. So, yes, does C.J. Stroud change the game in the way you think of it? Definitely, because now you're probably bringing more pressure because Davis Mills cannot run the ball.
No.
He's all about just passing and sitting in the pocket. With C.J. Stroud, he's able to maneuver and run around, so you always have to watch out for that or key in on his ability to run. So, yeah, of course, it changes the game when your starting quarterback's not in there.
But you don't apologize because the reason he wasn't in there is because you knocked him out of the game. So,
Sean said, him. Out. Yes, sir.
So the Broncos 40 sacks through 9 games. 40 through 9 games are the most in the NFL since the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 25 years ago, who through 9 games had 1 more sack than the Broncos currently do. In fact, and this is not a new stat, but the Broncos aren't just number 1 in the NFL in sacks. The largest gap between any of the 32 slottings is number 1 to number 2. But what I think is hilarious is you have the Denver defense with 40 sacks, 40, and then the number 2 team, the Detroit Lions, their sack total starts with a 2. So 40 is number 1, 28 is number 2. It's incredible. It's unbelievable.
Hats out to VJ. Come on, Zach. Hats off to VJ and what he did.
Definitely.
You don't have your star player, your best player on the team at Pat Surtain. You have to rely on Chris Abrams-Drain and Jahdae Barron, who, by the way, they stepped up and they did their thing. Riley Moss is another one. He bowed up and did his thing. But for VJ to be able to adjust and understand that, okay, we don't have PS2, so how are we going to go about this in the right way, play a little bit more zone? We know we're not going to be as aggressive when it comes to blitzing the nickel or the linebackers, and they were still able to get pressure. It was just like, this is why VJ is a good defensive coordinator, and this is why he'll have an opportunity to be another head coach because of what he's doing out there for the 2nd year in a row.
Yeah, he's going to have a great opportunity. If the Broncos can continue this pace defensively, Vance Joseph, he's going to get interviews regardless. He got interviews last year, but now you validate.
Yeah.
You validate it with another dominant year. The Broncos have 14 different players who have at least a half sack this season. Houston was 3 for 17 on 3rd down. That's a conversion rate of like 17, 18%. And it's not a one-off, all right? This is not just about Davis Mills and not C.J. Stroud, because that is the 5th time this year that the Broncos have held their opponent to under 20% on third down. That's really, really hard to do. 3 red zone trips for Houston, 0 touchdowns allowed. It's the 4th game this year without allowing a touchdown from within the red zone. I mean, this is, and a guy who stood out, there's a few of them, but Zach Allen may have played his best game yesterday.
Yeah, no doubt. Zach Allen played one of his best games, but you can't forget about his partner in crime, John Franklin Myers.
Did he play his best game yesterday as well?
Yes.
I think
and
so
I know
too.
it's not going to show up on the stat sheet, but he was getting pressure. He was helping Zach Allen out by taking on the double teams. Like, you have to love that. And for John Franklin Myers, he knows that he has to have a good year for him to get paid. It's probably not going to be here, but somewhere else. So he's putting his best foot forward. He's all about the team. He's all about his teammates and winning games. And he's having a great, start to his season. And I know we're in week 9, but that was one of his best games. And it's not going to show on the stat sheet, but you have to really watch what he's doing to appreciate what that man's doing on that football field. Shout out John Franklin Myers.
You know who else I thought just played great, and it could have been even better because he didn't intercept the ball, and I thought he had 2 great opportunities.
Yeah,
was Hufanga. What an addition, this guy. I mean, truly, this dude is so fun to watch. He pops off the page as a defender. I love Talanoa Hufanga. Love him.
He's flying around making plays, like his energy. He's all about energy, and when you're around him, he's talking smack to the other team. He's getting his teammates involved. He's a hard hitter. He's very smart. He had 9 tackles and almost 2 interceptions.
Yep.
Like, we need him. We need him, and I'm grateful that we were able to get him in the building. He signed to be a Denver Bronco because he's going to help us continue to win a lot of games.
All right, man, fun. The leading rusher for Houston at 34 yards. Wow. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. And we are rolling downhill as we kick the door down to hour number 4, getting you home. Maybe you're listening after the fact. Had someone tell us on Friday, man, I'm listening to you guys' show at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, getting through a night shift. And if that's the way you're listening to us right now, man, keep going. We got you.
7-2, Zach.
7-2.
The Denver Broncos are 7-2.
Insane.
Man.
I don't know the final destination to this season. And in this particular moment, I really don't care. I feel like I am on a roller coaster. My hands are up, and I am just trying my best. And there's some maddening points during the game, and we all understand that. But I am trying my best to be where my feet are.
Yes.
And enjoy this really incredible ride that we're on.
Enjoy the ride, baby. Enjoy the ride. I mean, we all deserve this. Broncos country deserves this. We've been in what I like to call hell when it comes to watching football, watching the Denver Broncos, and just questioning, like, why are we doing this? Why are we watching every Sunday, hoping that one day we can be where we are today? That's why we're watching every Sunday, and we're finally here. Bo Nix is doing his part at the end of games. We know he needs to clean things up. Defense is playing phenomenal. Sean Payton at times is scheming up plays for touchdowns. Like, it's fun to watch. Now, yes, you're going to be mad. You're going to want to throw something at the TV screen. But at the end of the day, when the final score comes across the screen, the Denver Broncos are winning games. They're 7-2. They play Thursday night. I mean, life is good.
Life is good. 7-2 after 9 for the first time since the Super Bowl season in 2015. And man, Bo Nix and the conversation around Bo, it's do you think it's complicated? Would you say that?
It is. It's at one hand, you know me, like it's all about the franchise quarterback when it comes to Bo Nix, and he's making the plays and you're winning games. But on the other hand, it's like, Bo, you're making it harder than it has to be. There's open players that you're not hitting. You're not setting your feet. And if you would just set your feet, step up, or maybe even just climb the pocket and not run in the pocket, you're hitting some of these receivers for first downs or even more. You're sustaining drives. You're giving yourself another opportunity to try to score points. And yet you see a lot of times with Bo Nix, him patting on his shoulder or his chest. My bad, my bad.
Yeah, a lot of that.
It can't continue to be that way. Bo, just execute. You know you can do this. You've done it all last year. Do it now. The plays are there to be made.
Well, he made them when it mattered the most. But that doesn't mean that the route that you take to get to that final destination there in the fourth quarter in walk-off fashion, fourth time in 9 games, by the way, that there's been a walk-off a style field goal.
I got gray hair because of it.
It was Indy
Yep.
In a loss. It was the Chargers game in a loss. It was the Giants game in a win, and yesterday in a win. So this has been a dramatic season. I mean, it really, really has. And then on the win streak itself, on the 6-game win streak, longest in a decade, fourth quarter comeback against the Eagles, fourth quarter comeback against the Jets, fourth quarter comeback against the Giants, fourth quarter comeback against Texans.
That magic.
So in 4 of the 6 games, the Broncos have had to come from behind in the fourth quarter. We know some instances have been more dramatic than others, yet and still 4 fourth quarter comebacks in the last 6 games. But it's like the chicken or the egg thing, because you're having to come back in those fourth quarters and a lot of these times, and certainly yesterday, because Bo Nix isn't holding up his end of the bargain in the first, second, and third quarter. So, comebacks, yes, and it's great, and you love the fact that he is clutch, because if there's one thing that we've learned about Bo Nix in a year and a half, Bo Nix is clutch. Bo Nix is not scared of the moment. I mean,
wait, isn't that what you want?
Totally. But I don't like having to come back because of your own deficiencies. Is you're not looking for that either. I mean, because
no, you don't want to have to come back all the time or in almost every single game. But you should be happy, and not just you, but everybody, myself included, like that we have a quarterback, that we have a team that's like, hey, we're going to stick together and find a way to win it when it matters the most, or at the end of the game in the fourth quarter, which is hard to do. You have quarterbacks that can play great games, three quarters of good football, get to that fourth quarter where you need them the most, and they kind of go into their shell. And with Bo, it's like you're hiding this whole time, or you're not executing, and then the fourth quarter comes rolling around, and you're like, hey, let's just play free. Let me take the risks. Let me just go out there and play football because I've been doing this my whole life. It's weird.
Yeah, because when you watch it for the first 3 quarters, it doesn't look like he's been playing football his whole life. Like, there's a collection of throws yesterday, and I'll go through them here briefly with you, all right? And I'm just going to sort of like itemize them.
Yep.
Troy Franklin, left sideline, got the defender beat. Bo just misses him, all right? It probably was the inverse of what we've been asking. We've been asking him to put more pace on the ball and a little more touch.
Yep.
And in that, he sort of looped it in instead of trying to actually fit it in there. The Evan Ingram wide open, the defender falls down. I mean, you see the look on Evan Ingram's face when he gets up. I mean, it tells you the story.
Yeah.
And now he responds the next play to Sutton, so you give him credit for that. But he also had a pick that was intended for Sutton. He doesn't see the safety. He leaves it up there. It's picked. There was a would-be pick to Troy Franklin on the right sideline that the kid Lassiter just went right through his hands. Went right through his hands. So that's a turnover-worthy play. Another would-be pick intended for Pat Bryant, who had to turn into a defensive back and try to knock the ball down, which he did a good job of and prevented a pick to Stingley.
That's your guy, Pat Bryant, doing it all.
It is. I want to get back to him. And it looked like, did he throw a no-look pass to Cortland Sutton?
That's what it looked like.
On the third down in the fourth quarter with the game tied, a no-look sidearm? Just
when he ran into he was in the pocket and he didn't set his feet and he kind of ran up.
Yes.
And then, it looked like he did.
Sutton had just dropped the ball the play before, and it looked like back-to-back drops until you see the replay. It's like, ooh,
It was a tough catch.
So, like, he is just, there's plays to be had. In the time that we're asking to see some signs of life in the first, second, and third quarter, he just has a disconnect for whatever reason. And then the fourth quarter comes, and it's euphoric. Got to find a way to balance things out because this is pretty dramatic.
And the great thing about this is we're winning games still.
Correct.
We're finding ways to win games. So, like, as we win these games, and we're going to continue to because of our defense and because of the fourth quarter, for some reason we just turn it on. Bo Nix and Sean Payton, they got to get on the same page. Specifically, Bo, you have to figure out who you are and stick with it. Who you are is a quarterback that's athletic, that can throw when you set your feet, that can also run when you need to. So when there's an open lane and you have an opportunity to sustain a drive and slide for 5 or 10 yards to move the chains, but you don't do it, what are you doing? you're taking away your superpower. So for me, it's like, Bo, just win this game. Sustain the drive so you can have another opportunity to throw the ball. And how do you do it? Sometimes running the ball. And I will never forget, and you said 2023, correct? With Lamar Jackson?
Yes.
Lamar Jackson, he was listening to the media and how he needed to throw the ball more and that he was still a running back. So what did Lamar do? He sat back there and he threw the ball, and he threw the ball. But it wasn't him. It wasn't until his mother said, hey, son, you got to be you. You got to do what got you to the league. Yes, you can throw the ball. Stop listening to everybody else. We know you can throw the ball, but also your superpower is those legs. That's why everybody's afraid of you, because they know that they have to, in order if they're going to contain you, they're going to have to stop you when you start to run. Bo Nix is the same way because he's an athlete. And it showed there at the end when Bo Nix scampers for 15, 20 yards, sets up for the game-winning field goal. Bo Nix needs to continue to use his legs to set up the pass.
We have been talking about this for weeks, though.
Man, he doesn't listen to us.
Why isn't Nix more of a willing runner?
I'm hurt.
Like, dude, you're in your first 2 years in the league. You can use that as a survival mechanism to keep these drives alive and give yourself and the run game more opportunity by extending them with your legs. And he looks like Caden Salter against Georgia Tech. Like,
we can't disrespect him that much now.
No, well, I'm saying with the like purposefully bashful and not wanting to be looked at as like some running quarterback.
Yeah,
it's like, wow, you have a unique gift. I've uttered the same statement probably 10 times in the last year and a half. Bo Nix is closer to the 10 best athletes playing quarterback than he is the bottom 10 athletes. You have a gift. You were the number one dual threat quarterback coming out of high school. You are super fast. Use it. Don't be bashful. Don't be worried about a label or getting put in some box. Like, we want to see it. We want to see it more because it's a bit of a superpower. Not everyone has that. Davis Mills doesn't have that.
No. Everybody wishes they could be a dual threat quarterback or even have the speed in general. Bo Nix has it all. So utilize that while you still can, because at some point, the athletic ability is going to be taken away from you. But by that time, hopefully you have developed as more that pocket passing quarterback, smart, being able to pick people apart. But it takes time to learn Sean Payton's offense. It takes time. You're only in year 2, and you're not even done with year 2 yet. And it takes time to just understand who you are in this league as a quarterback. And these defenses, they're always changing. So it's just going to take time. So utilize your legs until you get comfortable enough to understand what's really going on defensively.
Here is Sean Payton after the game talking about Bo's 25-yard scramble that helped set up that game-winning field goal.
It was a nipple protection, which is kind of hard to describe, but it was a movement throw. And if you're in zone, the zone moves with the move. And then he found a lane and did it with his feet. It's one of the strengths of a quarterback that can move. And I think that was one of the things that changed with their starter going out. You know, we still have an accurate passer, but the plays that he can make with his feet aren't the same as the starter. So that was an important play.
And he puts the shoe on the other foot in comparing C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud runs on average for 2 first downs a game.
Yeah.
So twice a Sunday, you get a fresh set of downs and get to stay on the field as an offense because of his legs. He talked about it after the game, not there in that recent clip, but he said they were like cage rushing. They're trying to keep C.J. Stroud in front of them because you know how potent he is with his legs. If Bo could continue to unlock, and I'll say continue to because we have seen it. There's a reason we're talking about it because we've seen it and we really like it. If he can do that, man, it just adds another prong, of threat to these opposing defenses. Don't let them off the hook, especially on Sundays where you're really struggling to throw the ball. Don't be obsessed with being a pocket passer. Like, it's survival mode.
It is, and it's all about winning. That's all that matters. The stats are cute, and yeah, it's going to get you paid, but winning matters, and winning gets you paid too. And over time, you utilize your legs, you start running more. It's going to force a defense to come up or change the way that they game plan. And now you are, just like we talk about J.K. Dobbins, they're going to have to watch out for Bo Nix. And so now maybe they're not going to have a shell over Cortland Sutton. So now it's one-on-one. Like, it just changes the way that a defense has to think when Bo Nix utilizes his legs. Why is Lamar so potent and so scary? Because you know that in any given snap, he can take it to the house because of his legs, but also he can throw the ball. Josh Allen's another one. You have to watch his legs. So they're so scary. So for Bo, it's like, look around the league at the new quarterbacks. It's not Peyton Manning and Tom Brady where they just dissect you and pick you apart. As you get older, you can do that. But right now, utilize what you have.
And by the way, you just mentioned Josh Allen. How about the Bills yesterday? Putting Kansas City further in a hole.
Let's go.
And so now the Chiefs a full 2 games behind Denver here this is like the backstretch of the season now. We are officially, there's no more midway point. In a 17-game season, you get through week 9, like there's less in front of you than there is behind you. So what an opportunity for this football team to continue to ascend. Because the kicker is, and it's almost like a punchline, the Broncos are 7-2, and they're nowhere close to reaching their potential offensively. Nowhere close. They're getting by on these, heroics at the end of games that the defense allows the license to, be in because you're not getting clobbered.
Yeah.
They're that elite. So if you have a Super Bowl defense and you can just get this offense to what feels like competent in a lot of these big chunks or even good, man, this team, sky's the limit.
Well, for the offense, Zach, do you think it's just, hey, Bo Nix needs to buckle down and just execute? Or does the offense, after watching yesterday, do you see them needing one more piece to help Bo out?
And tomorrow is the trade deadline.
I can't believe that's already here.
Yeah.
We haven't heard any news.
Nope. Sean was asked about it today. He said, we'll see. That's all he wanted to say. We'll see.
Speed kills.
It does. And they were missing Mims. That's part of yesterday's story. But at the same time, like, Bo Nix and the pieces that he currently has are not connecting. Do you want to add in? Like, you may just need to iron out with the stuff that you have in front of you. They're still not getting the best out of Evan Ingram.
No.
Now, and again, part of that is Bo yesterday just missed a wide open touchdown. That would have been a walk-in touchdown for Ingram. But, like, you're still not connecting there.
Pat Bryant's starting to get more involved, getting some first downs.
2 catches yesterday, both on third down.
Huge. Like that third down. That's what Vele did well, right? That was his superpower. Is like he's a big body guy. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 7. You can count on him to pick up that first down. Well, Pat Bryant, he's starting to be that guy where Bo Nix is like, you know what? I'm starting to trust you. That slant route, we're starting to see it a little bit more with Pat Bryant. And in huge situations where he's coming up big, he's going to give himself more opportunities because it's like, now I really can trust you.
Yeah, I cannot wait to continue to see his growth. You know.
Yeah, that's your boy.
I believe in this. This young man's floor is so high. I think he's going to be a 10-year Bronco. I remember saying that this summer. His floor is so high. I don't know if he'll ever be Michael Thomas, but like, he doesn't have to be. He just needs to be
Mr. Consistent.
Pat Bryant, yeah. I mean, his reliability. The kid's a rookie. You're trying to come back in the fourth quarter, and he catches, back-to-back passes on third down, and that was Vele last year, who was targeted 16 times on third down and hauled in 12 of the 16 catches. The Broncos need someone like Pat Bryant to continue to grow, and I believe that he will. And there's still more stuff to unlock with Troy Franklin, so, and then Sutton. I'm not used to seeing Sutton drop the ball like he has in the last 2 weeks. It's not perfect, but there's plays to be made out there for Sutton. So I sort of go back and forth. I think every team would love a new piece.
Just add more to your toolkit.
But I want to see them connect on the tools that they have right now at a much higher level.
See, when I look at this team, like, of course I want to add more. I want to add more speed for Marvin Mims, because when Marvin Mims comes back, he's not a true receiver 2 right now. He's a great utility receiver that you can place all around the field, even at a running back.
Like a gadget guy almost.
Yes, what you need. You need them because you have to fear them because you don't know what they're going to do.
Totally.
What they're capable of. What they're capable of is making big-time plays if you're not paying attention to them. But even for Evan Ingram, when we need to see more from him, it's getting on the same page with Bo. This is why it was so important to get him going early. And when Sean did not get him going early for whatever reason, because of the injuries and just because he didn't like what Evan Ingram was doing when it comes to blocking, now you're counting on Evan Ingram to be out there because you have nobody else but Evan Ingram and Adam Trotman and the old man Mercedes Lewis.
Yeah.
They're not on the same page right now, and you can tell, you can see it. Overthrowing the ball, not connecting when it comes down to like going across the football field. That's just not throwing the ball to each other enough. So they have to figure out a way, whether it's in practice or throughout the week, of hey man, we're gonna get this thing going. I'm gonna throw the ball to you a lot during practice so that we can get on the same page because I'm gonna need you. We're gonna need Evan Ingram if we're gonna get to the Super Bowl or the playoffs, man.
Well, here's a little bit from Sean yesterday going over some signature stats.
Well, there's a lot of these numbers that are important. Sack differential, first in the league. Scoring differential, first in the league. There's like 4 or 5 of these things that fourth quarter point differential, it would be a league record right now. They're playing for each other. No one wants to let anyone down. That's a good thing.
It's a great thing. And you're seeing, Phil, I have always believed that great teams, championship level teams, are a couple things. One, player-led. Player-led. Can't be coach-led. Coach is the coach, but it's got to be player-led. And then another thing is championship teams, title contending teams. There's a separate layer of connective tissue from a human standpoint where you're not just in it for yourself. And obviously, you're in the NFL. Everyone wants to have personal success and make the money and all this stuff. But, like, I'm watching a video of these guys in the end zone pregame, like 15 of them, literally, all dap up and hug in a way that is not just going through a pregame routine, in a way that I saw with the 2023 Denver Nuggets. When they'd spend time with one another, they're watching the Western Conference playoffs in their off day together in a way that I saw in 2022 with the Colorado Avalanche. So you have like this group that's player-led, but also has the human connectivity that makes it just a little bit deeper. And it looks like a special group is forming.
Yeah, it looks like a group that's close, that understands that they need each other. And that's where it starts. It's like, stop being selfish. Understand you need the guy to the left and right of you. And when you start to play for that guy and understanding them a little bit more, maybe knowing a little bit more about them, about their family, their kids, you're going to play harder for them. And I said that before. And I'll never forget in 2016 when it came to the defense. And I always admired it. And I used to love watching them before the game started. And you would look over there and they would be hugging each other, saying how much they loved it.
The defense was.
The defense, specifically them, and how that they're going to play for each other.
Which about half those guys made it to the league.
Yeah, half, maybe even more than half. And it was just them playing together, knowing each other. They would hang out all the time. They were watching film with each other all the time. They were not afraid to get in each other's face and say, hey, I'm holding you accountable. Do your job. And once we start to do that as well, we started winning a lot of games. And we ended up winning 10 games because of that. The Denver Broncos are 7-2 because they're close. They understand what they need to do, but they're playing for each other and not just for themselves.
Well, you love to see it. 7-2 and a work in progress. I mean, this offense, I mentioned this before, this offense, specifically the passing game, it feels like they are building the airplane while it's in the air, because we're 9 games into the season. Right. So, but it's still so disjointed.
Hopefully I'm not on that airplane.
Right. But goodness, I mean, they're 7-2 and I think Bo Nix still has a long way to go, but that's like in a roundabout way encouraging almost, and we went over the numbers last week. The Broncos offense is better than you would think. Top 10 in a lot of categories, mainly the run, top 5, even with the run. And so they need to find more balance, all right? Bo needs to be better, all right? Despite his current franchise status, franchise quarterback status.
Franchise quarterbacks win games, but yes.
He needs
room for improvement. He needs to continue to grow. There's easy plays that he is not making, that if he makes, he puts his defense in good situations. He puts the offense in good situations, and you're winning these games a lot easier than what you are doing. So, but yeah, he's still the franchise quarterback.
Broncos point differential through the first 3 quarters so far this season. This is a 7-2 football team. 7-2. Their point differential in just quarters 1, 2, and 3 is literally -1 for a team that's 7-2. It's barely inside the top 20 in the NFL. This is points. This is really important. Broncos point differential in the fourth quarter, plus 53 points in just fourth quarters. No one is better in the fourth quarter this year than the Denver Broncos. That's the number 1 mark in the league. It was on display again yesterday. Bo Nix in the fourth quarter against the Texans, 112 total yards, a touchdown. 7th game-winning drive of his career the most in the NFL dating back to last year. If you look at his fourth quarters just this season, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception, completing 64% of his passes. That's the highest number of any quarter, with a quarterback rating of 105. All right. Believe it or not, Bo Nix's quarterback rating in fourth quarters is a full 40 points better than his quarterback rating in third quarters.
He's clutch.
It's insane.
He's clutch.
He's clutch, and he's also deficient.
Yeah. He needs to balance it out. It needs to be more balanced, and we know that. He knows that.
Yep. All right, good conversation. You want to react to any of that, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. You okay if we talk about Deion and the Buffs?
Let's do it. Let's do it, man.
It's next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make it happen in 24 hours or less. Interest rates are competitive, and home prices have been stable. That means you can find a great deal while locking in a monthly payment that fits your budget. Plus, with home equity building over time, your investment grows, making home ownership a smart, long-term financial decision. If you continue to pay rent, you're just paying your landlord's mortgage, and you don't need 20% down. You could be in your new home with as little as 3% down. Plus, they're offering down payment assistance programs to make home ownership even easier. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 1043, The Fan.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Imagine being the wizard of your own home. With Xfinity, intelligent self-healing Wi-Fi fixes problems like magic. It boostifies speeds to your devices when you need it most and makes your favorite Wicked content sparklify on every screen. All while a spell of protection helps keep your family safe online. When you're out in Oz, Xfinity Mobile joins Wi-Fi and 5G to keep your phone connected from here to the Emerald City. If you had the most intelligent Wi-Fi from Xfinity, everything would work together for good. And now you can cast a spell to stop time and keep your internet bill steady for 5 whole years. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. No contracts or commitments with amazifying equipment included. Xfinity, imagine that. And see Wicked for Good, only in theaters November 21st. Restrictions apply. Select plans only. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet.
Point Pios! Denver Volleyball is having a record-setting year so far. Don't miss the action in Hamilton Gym this season. Check out Denver Volleyball at DenverPioneers.com. Pick a match, grab some friends, and cheer on the Pioneers. We are affordable and fun. We are Denver's home for college sports.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hey, it's Stink here, and my gal Bonnie says O'Meara has 1,000 vehicles, including cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Right now, the lowest lease payments ever on trucks, like Ford Bronco, $479, or Ford F-150, $449, and 0% interest is available.
So 1,000 vehicles and 0% interest?
That's right. Lease a Ford Bronco, $479 a month, or Ford F-150, $449 a month. At O'Meara, we make it fast, fun, and easy. O'MearaFord.com.
Stock SKF 18820, SLA 87980. Excludes tax, government fees, and a $7.99 dealer handling fee.
Join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan in Modelo at Mile High Station on Thursday, November 6th from 4 to 6:15 p.m. for the Fan Football Pregame Show. Get your head in the game with orange and blue face painting and ice-cold Modelo. Modelo, brewed for full-time fans.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by TradeGen Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD2, CSU basketball faces Incarnate Word with pregame starting at 6:30. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces Seattle with pregame starting at 7:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at withstaracu.com.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, bottom half of hour number 4 on a Reaction Monday. Huge win for the Denver Broncos on the road in Houston. Actually, first time in a half decade where the Broncos have gone on the road, been -2 in the turnover battle, and found a way to win.
That's how good they are. Well, that's how good the defense is, I should say.
Defense. Oh, just goodness gracious. Stranglehold on Davis Mills and the Texans offense. But we'll shift gears here a little bit. We'll get out some game balls here in just a second for the Denver Broncos. No game ball for Dion and the Buffs.
Oh, no.
No game ball. No. That's one of those ones where you take the ball and you like do the symbolism and go outside and bury it. But problem is they probably did that a week ago after they lost 53-7.
Oh, yeah, it's bad, man.
This time it was 52-17 against Arizona at home. The Buffs have been outscored in the last 2 games by the score of 105-24. So 2 teams have scored over 100 points. The Buffs have failed to get to 1/4 of 100 points. Hard to believe things are this bad, Phil.
No, it's very hard to believe. The first game of the year against Georgia Tech, who by the way, Georgia Tech is doing a great job.
They are.
We had a chance. We beat Iowa State, who was ranked. We could have beat BYU and TCU. You're on a bye week. You go on a bye week, so it's like, okay, you're resting your players. Your players are getting the rest. You have a week to just game plan for the Utes. You go into Utah, just get blown out. Then it's like, okay, you're at home. Back's against the wall. You're saying, Coach Prime, you're saying that none of your players are quitting. So, okay, like let's see it. You go out there and lose 52-17.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's like, man, what are we doing? What are we doing, Zach?
Well, you mentioned that quote. Deion said, "I know a quitter when I see one." I haven't seen that. So you're just this bad at football. I mean, if kids aren't tapping out, you're just this bad. It looked like kids who had one foot in Folsom Field and the other foot on Pearl Street ready for a Halloween weekend. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, it looked like the players were giving up. They weren't tackling. They want the money, but they don't want to go out there and earn the money. That's what it looks like if they're getting paid anything. It looks like a coaching staff that doesn't know what they're doing. It looks like an offensive coordinator that doesn't know what he's doing. Robert Livingston, who we praise, looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. So, like, something has to give.
Yeah, something's wrong up there, man.
And yet you have all these schools firing people, all these schools letting offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators go. And for Coach Prime, because he's not going anywhere.
Nope.
Coach Prime doesn't need to be fired, but he needs to start building this program around with people that he can trust. Building this program around people that know football, and not just because they played in the league and are Hall of Famers, but can actually coach football, the X's and O's, actually put these players in good situations to succeed. That's where it needs to start. Coach Prime needs to take a step back and see who he surrounds himself with. You're only as good as the coaches you're around and surround yourself with. So you need to do that next year.
Well, yeah, I mean, things have turned embarrassing. You know, this is what we've seen the last 2 weeks is what we saw at the end of the 2022 season with Carl Durrell.
Bull crap, man.
Like, there was a loss to Washington at the end of that year, 54-7. Like, that's what last week was. It was 53-7. With a loss to USC, 55-17. This is what this was. It was 52-17. And, you know, Deion Sanders is making top 5 money to roll this product out. I mean, the Buffs had more penalties at halftime than points. Actually, the last 2 games, the Buffs have been outscored by halftime by a combined score of 81-7.
It's hard to watch. It truly is. I tried to turn the game on, and I'm optimistic going into it, saying, okay, like today's the day. We've done this before. Then you start to see the game get out of hand in the first half.
Oh, dude, it's right away.
The penalties. It's the sloppy play.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
The coaching. Situational football. It's not there.
Nope.
And I just, like, to me, like, of course I'm an alumni. Like I care about it a little bit more to some people. But watching that out there, it's like, what are we doing? And it's not changing.
It's getting worse.
West Virginia looked good. And people said West Virginia sucks. Well, they look good. What are we going to do against them?
In Morgantown. So, yeah, I mean, it's real bad. I mean, it's real bad. And you have a moment in the second half of this game in the fourth quarter, and I'm still watching it because I couldn't stop live betting Arizona.
Look at you.
Absolutely cleaned up.
You sick. You're sick.
And I'm watching people leave the stadium, right? But there's a group of kids, and it starts with like 25 of them or whatever it was, and they take off their shirts and they start waving their shirt around like PD Pablo.
The empty stadium.
And then more and more kids come over and join them. And this has been happening in college football with some of these huge blowouts. It's not brand new or unique to CU, but it made its way to Folsom Field, where you have these young kids from all over the stadium, with the mascot, by the way, who's joined in because he's got nothing better to do.
Yeah, that mascot's probably going to get in trouble now.
and they just amass like 300 kids, maybe 400 college students that are just, and some folks who are older, you know, they're just alums and they're there. And, you know, do you see the one guy had a six-pack shaved, his belly was so hairy that he shaved a six-pack, but it's just
With the
skin.
hair.
Yeah, it's just where the hair isn't, and it looks like a six-pack. But that's what's happening in the second half of these games to just occupy themselves as a way of just getting through the experience.
Things need to change. Coach Prime's getting paid a lot of money, one of the highest paid coaches in college right now. But you're looking like that. Things have to change.
Well, it sounds like things are going to change because Dion has the answers to fix things. Just listen for yourself.
I'm not going to say I don't have the answer. I have the answer. I'm trying my best not to say what I want to say. And I'm trying my best not to give everything, but I'm trying to be transparent because you deserve that. You all deserve it. You guys have been truly kind, some of you, most of you anyway. And I don't get it there about the criticism. I'm telling you, it's on me. Criticize me. I've been criticized when I came out the womb. The doctor didn't even like it. I'm good. So it's on me, but I know what the situation is. I know what the problem is, and I'll fix it.
Those punchlines don't quite hit the same when you're getting drilled 105-24 over a 2-week period. But what do you think he's thinking of the answer? Because he said, I know what the answer is. But I can't say it right now.
Well, obviously he doesn't want to. I think half of it is he's going to blame the players and not having the right ones there. He needs more dogs.
Wrong
not
luggage.
enough cats.
Wrong Louis luggage got delivered somewhere else.
That's the
This is
finest luggage.
Samsonite.
And two, it's going to be the coaching staff.
Yep.
It's going to be the offensive defensive coordinator. Even for Robert Livingston, you're not doing your part. Now, I don't know if he's the one gone. I definitely feel like Pat Shurmur is out the door.
I think they're both gone, Phil.
Okay, so both of them are gone, and maybe even a couple other staff members that are in positional groups. You got to start cleaning house and putting real coaches there to help you win games. This is your livelihood. This is your opportunity. So make sure you put somebody there that can help you out, that may be better than you. That's okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
Yes.
So, that's the only thing I can think of.
Well, they're going with Juju. And it's interesting because there's 3 games left in the season, and Juju can only play 2 more without burning his red shirt.
Yeah.
All right, so how that,
Juju's going to play in 2 games, as he should, get the reps. Juju better not play in that 3rd one. If I'm his father or his mother, I'm saying, hey, you're sitting out that last one.
Yeah.
You didn't have a full season. We're not going to let them use you up just because they have to now. No, that's not how it works.
Well, is Warren Sapp still knocking over the pylons?
You and these pylons. That's your pet peeve.
It's just not as fun, when you're losing 52-17 at home to Arizona.
Oh,
all
man.
right, Broncos won. Game balls coming up next.
It was a back-and-forth defensive battle, but the Broncos took care of business in Houston and won their 6th straight game. It hasn't always been pretty, but has Sean Payton found a winning formula in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto-pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Broncos country, football season is in full swing. Whether you're bundling up at Empower Field or heading to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, make sure you get there on time and in style. Let my friends at Hermes Worldwide tackle the traffic and parking hassles for you, and all you need to do is sit back, relax, stay warm, and enjoy the ride while they get you to and from the game safely, so you can focus on the important stuff, like watching your favorite team stack those wins or making as many memories as possible with your loved one and friends. All you need to do is call Hermes Worldwide today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
It matters who your lawyer is. At Berg Simpson, we truly care about the quality of work we do, that fair compensation is given, and that our clients are getting the best possible representation. We're proud of that, and it shows.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Tune in to Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, Broncos won a football game, and on a Reaction Monday, we give away some game balls at the end of the show. And we have arrived at the end of the show. Flew by today. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. Hey, real quick before we give out game balls, in honor of Veterans Day, Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, and Foundation Cadillac are giving a veteran a year of oil change service as a small thank you for their service. To nominate someone you know, head to DenverSports.com/veteran. That's DenverSports.com/veteran. To all our nation's veterans, we at Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, thank you for your service. You know, and just like, if you see, and I've mentioned this before, and you're okay with it, and you have like the courage to speak to a stranger. You see someone in the grocery store that's wearing, you know, a veteran of Vietnam or veteran of Korean War or anything like that. Just a little like, hey, thank you for your service.
That's it.
It takes 2 seconds, I promise you'll make their hour, if not make their day. They're wearing it because they're proud, okay? And
they want to be acknowledged for what they did for us.
Yes.
Like I always go out my way to do that. Always.
Yep.
Always will.
Yep.
It's the right thing to do.
Same. And teaching my son about it here within the last month of like, he's like, why'd you say that? I'm like, well, here's why, So, okay. Broncos, king of the comeback.
7-2.
Like, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable how the Broncos got to 7-2. Because you turn some of these games off midway through or right before the fourth quarter starts, and it's like, there's no way this is a 7-2 football team. But seeing is believing. And yesterday's latest chapter, 11 unanswered points in the fourth quarter, walk-off field goal again for the second time in 3 weeks.
We're living the same game over and over and over. Just wait until the fourth quarter, guys. That's it. Don't watch the other 3 quarters, just the fourth.
Crazy. Okay. Who are you going to give a game ball to?
Hopefully we're not going to pick the same person. But I'm going to go for a guy that had to step up a little bit more in this game because PS2 wasn't there. And I'm not talking about a cornerback. I'm talking about the safety position. I'm talking about a guy named Hufanga. Scary name right there. Guy comes up and lays the wood. He's flying around. The energy is there. He's energizing everybody that he's around to play better. Hufanga could have had 2 interceptions.
Yeah, should have. At least 1 for sure.
Ended up with 0. Needs to work on that. Can't give up the freebies. But Hufanga gives my game ball for what he is doing on that football field, and he's very consistent, but he was playing his butt off, had 9 tackles, led the team in tackles Sunday, and he's going to continue to as long as he stays healthy. Hufanga, here's the game ball, man.
Well, oftentimes we say this when we're talking about all the sports, and we say, yeah, he produced X statistically, but we didn't really feel him out there. Talanoa Hufanga is someone who pops off of the page. Like, you feel his spirit, you feel his vigor, just flying around the football field. What an addition. I mean, seriously, what a fantastic addition. Love the Hufanga pick. Although Hufanga didn't have a pick. Should have.
Should have had 2.
Should have had 2 of them. You know who played well, too, that we haven't really given a lot of love of today? And I don't know if we've said his name yet, which is really interesting because we spent so much time on him on Friday.
I already know who you're going to talk about.
Riley Boss.
Oh, you're giving him the Boss name.
After Sunday, it's just what the temperature is around him. He could be Riley Moss, Riley Boss, Riley Sauce.
Riley Moss, Riley Boss, Riley Sauce, Riley got mossed.
that can happen as well. But I know there's context. Without C.J. Stroud there, who only attempted 10 passes, like, his job became a whole heck of a lot easier. But
that's their problem, not ours.
Totally. Because guess what? And I almost feel bad that we haven't given him his flowers after yesterday, because if he struggles, he's a big theme of today's show. And then he plays well, and he doesn't get talked about a whole heck of a lot. So I'll raise my hand. That's on me. Riley Moss played well again.
Come on, do better, Zach.
I'd like to see him make a play. Like, when he's sometimes breaking these passes up and he's like hitting it with his forearm, I'd like to see him flip his hips and try to make a play on the ball.
I want to see my man get an interception. He deserves that much. He's out there. He's playing his butt off. He's guarding, playing sticky defense. Reward yourself. Get you a pick. It's there.
Yeah. Okay, I will give my game ball. All right. I'm not going to give it to Bo Nix. All right. And I'm surprised you didn't try to give Bo both of ours to him. But
yeah, you're mad at old Bo Nix still.
I am not mad at Bo.
You have him in the corner right now. Like 3 quarters. You need to start doing better for 3 quarters.
We'll start with 2.
Let's go with 2 quarters. I'm with you on it.
It was mostly frustrating throughout the afternoon, but he comes up clutch down the stretch. He deserves credit. But the guy who I thought was impactful for all 4 quarters and may have played his best game, maybe as a Denver Bronco, certainly this year I think it's his best game, Zach Allen. Zach Allen made such an impact. The push that this defense gets from the middle, from Zach Allen and John Franklin Myers and Malcolm Roach as well. I mean, these dudes up front there are so fun to watch, but Allen is just a cut above. I mean, this dude, he's fantastic. He is one of my favorite Broncos. This is my 9th Bronco season. Zach Allen is one of my favorite Denver Broncos that I've ever watched or covered. 3 quarterback hits, also had the sack. batted down 2 passes. I mean, you have a defensive tackle who's like 6'5", 285, who's doing the strap sign.
Yeah.
You know, because he's batting balls down at the line of scrimmage.
Now, I was a little scared for him when he was squirming on the ground.
Me too.
I'm like, man, something happened. Like, he must have, like, broke something, tore something, but then he was in like, the next couple plays.
Yeah, and what is going through my head is like, you're already missing your best overall player who happens to be on defense. If you took the title, if Pat Surtain wasn't on this team, the next guy would be Zach Allen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, how about Benito? Was there right there on a sack again, but he did it like he did last year. In his first year, he overran it again.
Yeah. And I think for Bonito, it's like he's feeling it. He's feeling some of the pressure of, like, I got to get a sack.
Yep.
I got to get back to feeling what it feels like to sack the quarterback. So you're straining a little bit more. He just has to relax. Just like Bo Nix, relax. It's going to come to you. Bonito could have had a sack. He'll get one this next game.
But real quick with Zach Allen, he recorded at least a half sack, 5 straight games, longest streak of his career. So he gets my game ball. Great stuff, guys. Appreciate you guys being here. Full disclosure, I will not be here tomorrow. Dealing something at home, family stuff. So it's not going to be some like great fun day. I'm not out in the golf course, but I'll be back on Wednesday.
It's okay. They're stuck with me.
I love that. So you guys enjoy the show tomorrow. I'll be back on Wednesday. We step aside. It's Denver Sports Tonight with Mike Rice and Dante Gomez coming up next.
After another slow start, the Broncos found a way in the fourth quarter once again. With a short week coming up, will Denver's offense finally find a way to move the ball quicker against the Raiders? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
If you don't think doing a quick and free check of your finances is worth it, let me share this recent customer story. Jason and Barbara H. from Denver called us wanting to see if they could save money. Credit was okay, and there was a good amount of debts. Their fear was another lender they went to first, shame on them, told them yes in the beginning and then denied them during the process. When they called us, we not only approved the loan, we saved them $3,900 a month.
What? $3,900 a month?
Yes, this couple just saved $3,900 a month by calling U.S. Mortgages. And best of all, with our lowest rate for life guarantee, if the market improves in the future, even as little as 0.5%, they can redo the loan